between these two. Hurricane all-time is 2-1 against the Bulldogs, winning in the playoffs in 1993 and 2005 at Martinsburg's Coburn Field. It will take a flawless effort, but the matchup is such that Hurricane has a chance to make history in what Coach Donnie Mays has described as the biggest game in 100 years of Hurricane football. The house is packed, the crowd is juiced, the excitement is brimming, and we cannot wait to bring you the call of the action. From Redskins Stadium on the campus of Hurricane High School, this is High School Football Tonight on 580 WCHS with Hurricane and Martinsburg, number 4, hosting number 1. Alongside to call the action, Aaron Parker is here, and I just want to tell you, sir, thank you for filling in for me last week. Had a family situation, couldn't be here, but I appreciate you and Jeff Jenkins spelling me on the call. I heard you did a fine job.
Absolutely. Anytime, Chris Lawrence. We're happy to have you back, and just in time for what a matchup this could be, setting up for a playoffs that both teams have title aspirations. And when Hurricane has title aspirations, that is special.
I tell you what, when you look at this game, certainly Hurricane, it's kind of like Donnie Mays will tell you in the interview coming up, and like I mentioned earlier today on Metro News Hotline with Dave Weekly, that if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And this is definitely that setup for Hurricane. They have a grand opportunity tonight to really set the tone and have a signature program-defining win if they can find a way to do it. But it's not going to be easy. Of course, anything worth having doesn't come easy, so you would want to have that kind of situation. But Martinsburg does not have a whole lot of soft spots that you're going to be able to exploit. They've got an amazing defense that is just relentless and keeps coming after you. Their quarterback, Coy Fagan, is a threat to run and pass. The guy has 1,644 yards throwing. He's thrown 24 touchdown passes this year, and 14 of those have gone to Kyrie Bunny, his leading receiver. Fagan is also the leading rusher on this team. He's carried the ball 77 times for 968 yards, and he's carried it into the end zone on his own 16 times. He is a one-man wrecking crew, so definitely that's what Hurricane's defense is going to have to focus on tonight, is what he's doing.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Chris, and I think that's what makes this game so special, not just the fact that Martinsburg is undefeated, number 1 in Class Quad A, and Hurricane is number 4 in Class Quad A, and has had a very nice season themselves, only losing to one in-state opponent, and that was Week 1 against Huntington here by 3 points. I think what makes it so interesting is the makeup of the quarterbacks. I'm not saying they are the exact same player, but when you put Coy Fagan and Noah Velathambi for the Redskins under the microscope, I see similar players right here. I see players that are freak athletes that are usually the best on the field at any given moment. Coy Fagan, despite being a natural quarterback, was the running back for the Bulldogs last year and put it in the end zone 19 different times. Velathambi, as we've stated multiple times this year, played quarterback his sophomore year, then had to go to running back last year just like Fagan, and he put the ball in the end zone 19 times and rushed for 1,400 yards. And then both when Fagan and Velathambi in their senior year, when they're called to be under center, they have been outstanding. They make little mistakes, and they're electric. And both of these offenses are really college-style offenses, and that's what makes this game so fun to think about.
Yeah, very much so. And Velathambi and Coy Fagan, like you said, are so similar in their performance, in the course of their career. Velathambi comes into tonight. He's got 132. He's 132 of 198 passing. He's thrown for 2,279 yards, and he's thrown 32 touchdown passes. Now, the difference is Fagan's thrown 2 picks. He's thrown 7 through the course of that. Running backs, Velathambi, not the leading rusher, because you got Colin Grace back there who went over the 1,000-yard mark last week. He's got 9 touchdowns and 1,063 yards. But Velathambi's rushed for 864 himself, and he's got 15 touchdowns on the ground on his own. So when it comes to scoring, Velathambi has definitely been in on just about everything that Hurricane has done this year. Receiving, of course, we've talked about him a lot. Tyshawn Dews and Shalik Hampton are the 2 guys that Hurricane really goes to. They're Velathambi's favorite targets, along with Jolly Burnett, who in the second half of the season has really come on strong. Burnett, 10 touchdown catches, and he's got 37 passes for 738 yards. Those are 3 quality targets that Martinsburg defense, as good as they are, they're going to have to keep an eye on them. And it's hard to cover up all 3 of them at the same time.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And we've been waiting to see what Tyshawn Dews can do over the last month. He's dealt with turf toe. He's come back from it. Now, tonight is the night for him to get back into his rhythm. Tyshawn Dudes is good, but Shuey Hampton has been dominant at points this season. We saw it against Capital and countless other games where he can just take the game over. But right now it's been all Jolly Burnett. Coming into the season, he was kind of the wild card. Donnie May said in an interview that, they needed a lot out of him and they weren't sure what they were going to get. Well, how about Jolly Burnett? He has been outstanding. 12 catches over his last 260 yards and 7 touchdowns. He's been dominating. But going away from the receivers, I think going back to the quarterbacks, one more thing about them is, like you said, they can both put the ball in the end zone, both Velatami and Fagan. In goal line situations, they're wrecking balls, and they are very often getting into the end zone. I think what an interesting point will be for me is you mentioned Kylan Grace, the running back for the Hurricane Redskins, over the 1,000-yard mark last week. He has not found the end zone since the St. Albans game over a month ago. So does he get in the end zone?
It will be interesting to see. It is senior night here at Hurricane, the final home game of the 2024 high school football season. All of the seniors from the football team have already been recognized with their families, and they have returned to the locker room. Right now on the field, they are introducing, it looks like, the dance team. The cheerleaders have already gone through, and I'm sure the band is about to be recognized as well, all the senior members, as all of those who are here for their final regular season game at Redskins Stadium are honored tonight. Well, coming up, we will visit with the two head coaches of our game tonight. You're listening to High School Football Tonight on 580 WCHS, the voice of Charleston.
Big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
It's our 21st anniversary here at Dan Calva Toyota World. Check out our all-wheel drive hybrid sedans with interest rates as low as 4.5%. Shop the 3 C's, Camrys, Corollas, and Crowns. We have a large selection of Tundras, starting as low as $49,000 and up to $7,000 off. We want to thank you for being a part of our family for 21 years. Come celebrate with us at Dan Calva Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Welcome back to High School Football Tonight on 580 WCHS. Chris Lawrence here with you, getting ready to call Hurricane and Martinsburg. Martinsburg left this morning to make that 300-plus mile trip to Hurricane, a game which is unusual because of the distance, but one that the head coach Dave Walker says is made necessary by a need to find games and teams who are willing to accept the challenge of facing that Martinsburg mystique.
I think that's initially what happened. This game was actually scheduled before I even had come back. I think I was still at Concord when they had planned. I think they'd scheduled this like a couple years out. But that's basically why. I mean, both programs, having trouble finding games.
Yeah, and that seems to get harder all the time. Do you anticipate there will be more of these kind of cross-state road trips to do this in the future?
I can see that happening. I'm not opposed to it, and I think now with the way that the rating system is, with the strength of schedule points, I think it probably encourages people to play, tougher opponents and not, and get used to traveling, because that's what's going to happen in the postseason for everyone. And
that's something that you guys at Martinsburg have been dealing with for a long time, because a whole lot of people had said, "No, we don't want to play you guys," and you've had to take some crazy road trips, kind of like Hurricane went to Michigan, but you guys have been to State College and way down in Virginia to Patrick Henry. You've taken some considerable road trips bigger than this. We have, and we actually kind of enjoy it. It gives our kids an opportunity to see different areas, and there's an educational point to it as well. But I enjoy getting together and seeing new areas and seeing new stadiums, and I think it's a good experience for your players. I think Donnie told me, too, when they came back from Michigan, even though they lost that game at DeWitt, he said that was one of the greatest bonding opportunities to get those guys together for that long a time together in one place. He said that really helped with team unity. Do you find that as well?
I mean, I do, and I think travel is so important, and how you handle it and how you travel. I think is very important, especially later in the year, because you're going to end up traveling at some point. So I think it's a good experience, and I'm sure anytime you're playing, and especially playing a quality program, I think it just makes your kids better, and competition makes you better.
I know that during the playoffs in the past 10 to 20 years, your trips to the Kanawha Valley have not been as pleasant as you would like. You've had some sour ones down here. How do you guard against that, and does that concern you?
Well, it's always a concern. I think the biggest reason for that was we played better teams. I think those teams, we went down there, South Charleston got us a few times, and Capital got us a few times, and I mean, they just, 9 times out of 10, the best team's usually going to win. So I think they had some really good football teams, and and we didn't play particularly well, but they had a lot to do with that. So you hope that you prepare as best you can, and you hope you put together a pretty good game plan. You hope it works out for you.
Tell me a little bit about your team. Obviously, everybody knows Martinsburg as a program, but talk about the individual contributors that you've really been able to rely on and get a lot out of this year.
Well, I think for us, Coy Fagan is kind of the face of our program right now. He's a quarterback, and I've been doing this a long time, and he's one of the best players that I've been around, and definitely one of the best kids. And like I said, I've been around a lot of guys over the years, and he's as good as they come. Just a quality person, and just a very fine young man, and he plays like that as well. But I think a lot of our stuff starts with Coy, and Nick Buskey is another really fine young man. Plays running back and linebacker for us. Ace Flores is a linebacker for us. So, Kyrie Bunny is another young man that really good basketball player that plays receiver for us. So we feel like we got this is one of the best group of kids that I've been around. They're just you enjoy being around them. You enjoy being around them at practice, and they work hard and very respectful, and just a great young kids that really do a good job.
What do you anticipate out of Hurricane? Obviously, they're not that unlike the style of play that you guys had. It's usually whatever the defense is going to get them is what they're going to try to take advantage of, and they've got a number of weapons as well to do it either way. What do you expect out of them tonight?
I mean, they're very explosive, and probably the most talented team you're going to see. They offensively, I mean, they do. Donnie does some really unique things, and they're very well coached, and defensively, and a lot of those guys are playing defense as well. And talent is so rich there, and our kids have been playing really well. So and they've been scoring a lot of points. So it's going to be a huge challenge for us.
And they can stretch the field with you as well. But I think you guys have certainly got the personnel that can match up with the likes of some of their receivers.
I think we're similar in some ways. What we do and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, I mean, guys are going to have to make plays on both sides of the ball, and that's what's going to be exciting about the game. Just getting an opportunity to play against really good players and see where our guys match up with those guys. Generally,
the only time I've ever seen you guys play, other than last year when I called your game down in Ironton, Ohio. You guys have this, I don't know if it's the mystique or if it's just the way you guys play, but it almost seems like teams transform once you get that first touchdown because it's like blood in the water. Is that something that you kind of preach to them, jump on them early and keep going after them, and teams seem to submit to you, at least in the state championship game? That's what I've seen in the last 2 decades when you've been there.
Well, I think one of the things we really stress is just effort, attitude and effort. You got to play fast, and that's just something that we're constantly on them about. Make sure they're finishing and playing fast and playing the whole play. So I mean, it's just the way we practice as well. So that's our plan. We want to be able for it to transfer to Friday night. So. And our guys have bought into it. They play pretty hard. We just want to make sure we're able to do that and put our guys in the best situation possible.
All right, Coach. Looking forward to it. Good luck tonight, and thanks for your time.
Hey, thank you very much.
Head football coach Dave Walker. Coming up, Donnie Mays talks to us about prepping his team for this challenge tonight. This is high school football tonight on the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
PCB is a long-standing partner in our community. We're your neighbors, your teammates, and your friends, and we want to be your banker. We're a team of experienced professionals focused on the personal, residential, and business needs of our community. We make decisions locally, quickly, and with your best interest in mind. We care about you, your family, your business, and your goals. We're PCB, a proud community bank. Open an account with us today.
Looking for a path to success in service? The West Virginia Army National Guard offers unmatched opportunities. Earn your degree with up to 100% tuition assistance while gaining invaluable leadership skills. Join a team dedicated to community, state, and country. The West Virginia Army National Guard, where your future starts today. Visit NationalGuard.com WV to learn more. We guard West Virginia.
We're getting ready for number 1 Martinsburg and number 4 Hurricane from Redskins Stadium here on 580 WCHS. Hurricane head coach Donnie Mays has been clear with his team this week. This is a huge game against a top-notch opponent.
We know the history of their football program, and we respect everything that they've accomplished, and and they've got a great football team this year. So, I mean, honestly, the whole thing, cliche stuff is you got to measure yourself against other people, and, Ric Flair always said it best. So,
yeah. There's X's and O's and there's Jimmys and Joes, and I think if you look at these two teams, you probably have just as much as they do. It's fairly evenly matched team when you look at the stats and so forth and the style of play. But I think they carry that mystique about them when they come in here, and everybody tends to get distracted by that and worried by that.
Yep, like I told the kids, it's a football game. You come out and you play the game. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. If you come out and you treat it and you focus on yourself and you make sure that you're executing properly and you're doing your job, football kind of takes care of itself. Now, when you got another opponent coming in that's equal to or better than athletically, and that you got to kind of make them earn what they're trying to get, just like they're going to try to make us earn it. And you can't get caught up in forcing the ball down the field whenever they're giving you something simple. So it's a simple game, and sometimes as coaches we make it harder than what it is.
It's an important game too, because if you can win this, it positions you in the playoffs, in the Quad A playoffs, and especially now that Spring Mills is down about number 10, this puts you all in a really, really good position for the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, it does, and it gives us a shot at the Mountain State Athletic Conference Championship, because the ratings is what matters when you decide the champion in our conference. So we're excited about that, and it's another game, but it's a big game. I don't know that there's another game in the state like that tomorrow, or tonight. But I just think that our kids come out, we got to execute, take care of business, and then things will just, fall in place.
They have the kind of program that you're trying to build here. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so, you're always looking up to programs. So, I've known Dave for a long time. We've got to go against each other a couple times. I was working under Messenger at the time, and then, I've studied a lot of schools in Texas, too. I kind of looked at Hurricane High School as like an Austin Westlake type of school. It's very similar, and it's in surroundings and stuff like that. So, you got to get bits and pieces from every school. But when you talk about Texas, you're looking at Austin Westlake, you're looking at Denton Guyer, you're looking at, Melissa and Katie and all those people, and Allen, some of the schools I've studied. But when you look at West Virginia, you have to look at Martinsburg. So he's done a great job building that program to where it is, because what people forget is I think Dave went to the state championship 4 or 8 times and come up on the other side of it. So it took some time for him to get it to where he wanted to get it, and now he's got that thing rolling. He steps out, goes to Concord, but he comes right back and doesn't miss a beat. And that's a tribute that to what he does with his staff.
Talk about their personnel. How do you match up, and what do you expect they're going to do to you?
Well, they're fast, and they got a good athletic quarterback. They had a kid up there before. I cannot remember his name, but it was back in 2008 and 9. and it was number 12. I can remember the kid vividly. I think something health issue got him in life and kind of hindered his progress and future as a player, but he was a great player. And that kid that they have at quarterback reminds me of him. He runs the ball really well. He's super quick. I think I think he was timed up at Morgantown as running a 4.5 so he can scoot. And the guys that are around him make him better too, so he's got a lot of weapons to choose from, and the Bunny kid's really good receiver, and he can take shots with him. He can run the jet sweeps with number 2, and then the running back's just a brute, but he can when he gets going, he's hard to tackle. So we just expect that skill wise, we have to get to the ball carrier. That's the whole thing. You have to wrap up the ball carrier, and if you overrun it, you got to grab hold of something and make sure that your teammates are falling in place.
Yeah, and you're talking about their quarterback Coy Fagan. I mean, he's probably one of the top 5 players in the state this year, and as goes Martinsburg, so goes he. I mean, he's kind of their spark plug. If you try to put too much pressure on him, he will tuck it and run, and then you got a lot of problems if he gets into the open space.
Absolutely, and I think that's what they're built off of is the quarterback ISOs and sweeps and counters and things like that because the kid's electric. He does a nice job. Statistically, he and Noah are very similar in the running stuff. I think they're both close to 1,000 yards as quarterback runners, but but he also can throw the football, and you can see that on the film.
This place is packed out tonight. I heard you tell the kids this is probably the biggest game in this program's 100-year history. Of course, the biggest game is the next one you play. You try to go with that mentality too, but what's it going to be like? What kind of an atmosphere is this going to be like?
Well, at the end of the night, it's awesome to have everybody come out to the game and all that stuff, and we love it. Our kids get excited about that stuff, but when the lights come on and the ball's kicked off, the focus is on the field, and you can't get caught up in all that stuff. It's fun, and, the good thing is for them, I don't know how it was in the past, but since we've came here since 2022, we've had some really big crowds, and the end of the year game for us has been like the game of the year for us. I mean, we played Huntington back-to-back years, and now we've got Martinsburg, and we had a chance both times to win the conference championship, and we came up short. So tomorrow, or tonight, we get to come out with Martinsburg and just go out and kick off and play some football against a high-quality opponent and see how we match up. Because you know what? The way football is today, you never know if you're going to see each other again in the playoffs, especially with only 16 teams.
Donnie, good luck, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Donnie Mays. Coming up, we'll take a look at the rest of tonight's lineup for high school football. This is high school football tonight on the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. With Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Welcome back to high school football tonight on 580 WCHS. Coming up, number 4 Hurricane, number 1 Martinsburg. Elsewhere around the region in high school football tonight on this final night of the regular season, Lindsley is at number 2 Huntington. The Highlanders looking to finish the season strong. They're only blemish to this number 1 Martinsburg team. Number 9 GW on the road tonight at number 11 Woodrow Wilson. GW could finish with an 8-2 record as well and head into a strong postseason. Riverside out of Class AAA, limping to the finish. A lot of injuries there. They take on a Cabell Midland team tonight that's in a very unfamiliar place, needing a win just to complete the regular season at 500. That game being played down at Ona. Class Quad A Park Parkersburg South travels down I-77 to Ann-S Honeycutt Stadium to face Class AAA powerhouse Princeton. Tigers playing for a perfect 10-0 record tonight. Hoover also trying to complete a perfect regular season with a second straight long road trip. Last Friday it was the Eastern Panhandle. Tonight the Huskies are in the Northern Panhandle taking on Weir. You can hear that game live from Weirton over on 96.1 KWS. Number 6 Nitro at Greenbrier East. Number 7 Spring Valley at Crawford Field to take on St. Albans. Winfield is on the road at number 16 Point Pleasant. South Charleston at Laidley Field to face Capital. Class AAA number 10 Ripley at Spencer tonight, where Roane County's undefeated, trying to complete a perfect 10-0 season. Ripley is 7-2. Sherman at Poca tonight. Sissonville finishes the season with Wayne. Clay County on the road to close out the regular season at Flatwoods against Braxton County. Midland Trail is at Lincoln County. That'll do it for tonight's high school football tonight on this Football Friday, November 8th, 2024. Get ready for the excitement of number 1 Martinsburg and number 4 Hurricane coming your way next. I'm Chris Lawrence, 580 WCHS, the voice of Charleston.
With the right support and care, a seed can grow into a resilient plant. Recovery takes patience, intention, and a willingness to listen. Every path is different, and every story of substance use is an opportunity for transformation. When it comes to growing and restoring our communities, we need everyone to break through addiction. Learn more at backtolifewv.org.
Where is home? Home is where we live, work, and play. It's in the small, quiet moments and the memories we capture. For 35 years, we've been here with you, building home together.
Jeez, dude.
Of the regular season in high school football in West Virginia and a gym dandy in Putnam County. Chris Lawrence with you along with Aaron Parker at Redskins Stadium in Hurricane. Hurricane comes onto the field clad in all black uniforms with the red helmets tonight. Martinsburg, the road team, wearing white pants and white jerseys. Aaron, you watch the coin toss. What do we have?
Looks like Martinsburg won the toss on the road, and they are going to elect to receive. Hurricane will get the ball to start the second half.
Coy Fagan and Boston Todd are deep to start this game for the Martinsburg Bulldogs as Hurricane prepares to take the field with their kickoff team. Want to also welcome those who are watching on video productions tonight. Our game being streamed live there and simulcast with our radio broadcast on 580 WCHS. So that means Martinsburg will go on offense first. Coy Fagan, the quarterback and leading rusher, is one of the deep men here. Boston Todd, he's the second leading receiver behind Kyrie Bunny. He's got 392 yards and 6 touchdowns on the season, so he's a threat as well. Seth Casto puts the ball on the 40-yard line. We're just about ready to get number 1 and number 4 underway here at Hurricane. There's the whistle. Casto approaches, foots into it, and we've got football being played. Ball comes down into the end zone, and it will be a touchback as Fagan was about 3 yards deep in the red there to haul in the kick from Seth Casto. They'll bring it out to the 20 and get started there.
Chris, I think a point tonight for the Hurricane defense is going to be the secondary. They haven't been tested much over the last month and a half. They struggled early in the season against Spring Valley and Huntington. How do they respond against Martinsburg?
Yeah, chances are pretty good they're going to get tested tonight. Handoff up the middle into the open field across the 30 to the 40, up to midfield, finally brought down. Just a straight right up the gut run. Nick Buskey with a 30-yard breakout straight up the middle. And you just talked about getting tested. That front line of Hurricane, which has had a pretty good season, is going to get tested tonight. Martinsburg playing fast. Fagan takes it, keeps it himself, going to the left side. Here comes Hurricane's defense. They've got him corralled and bring him down over on the far sideline. Nice job defensively coming in there. Legros was the one who got to him, and no gain for Coy Fagan on the play.
The Coy Fagan-led offense is going quick, up-tempo like the Hurricane Redskins.
2nd down and 10. Fagan sets him down. Twin receivers either way. Snap, handoff to Buskey. Buskey hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backward. He's going to lose a yard. Good job defensively. Coming up there was old Joey Keano, who is a one-man wrecking crew from that linebacker core, as we have seen. 3rd down for Martinsburg. They're going again. Playing tempo now. Fagan calls for the ball. Now slows it down, looks over the defense, looks to the sideline to alternate it. Changing the play now, and here we go. He's got twin receivers either way and one man in the backfield. The snap, Fagan drops back on 3rd down. Rolls to his left, looking. They got to him. He gets out of it. He comes to the right, throws it downfield. Pass is incomplete. Good pressure that time by Hurricane and forced Fagan to throw it. It was intended for Kyrie Bunny, but it came up and short-hopped him. And it's 4th down and 11 now, and let's see, will Martinsburg go for it at midfield, or will they go ahead and try to pin the Redskins deep?
Devin Short could not bring down Coy Fagan, but he really forced him out of the pocket right there and made a great play off the line.
Out there from Martinsburg, Brian Dick is their punter, and he has dropped back there in punt formation. So that's a win for the Hurricane defense. After the 30-yard scamper to start the game, they hold that Martinsburg defense. Dick's kick is in the air. It is high, and Martinsburg's got good coverage. There will be no return. It hits, rolls inside the 20 down to about the 15-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Redskins, and if you're Donnie Mays, you got to like that effort by your defense. You let that one get away, but otherwise, really good job that time.
And that's huge for the Hurricane front. That was going to be my next point. The secondary is the most alarming potential one-on-one matchup tonight, but the defensive front has been so good for the Redskins over the last month or 3 weeks, but against Martinsburg, it's a different animal.
Here comes Noah Velatambi. He sends twin receivers either way, and they've spread out all. Actually, you got 5 receivers out there all the way across the field. Velatambi shotgun all along back there. Takes the snap, drops back. He's hit as he throws. Downfield it goes, and it's incomplete, intended for Shalik Hampton. Hampton saying that he was getting harassed down the field there by the defense. Did not get the call, or did he? I see a flag on the far sideline. He may have gotten that call. Flag at the 40-yard line. And yep, that was the call because the defender had his hand on Shalik Hampton. I wonder if they would call that, and they in fact did. Hampton sure wanted it.
And not a bad ball from Velatambi, who was about to get sacked really hard. Got the ball out, good spiral. Again, out of the reach of Hampton, but because of the tug of the jersey right there.
1st down and 10, 26-yard line is the line of scrimmage. Hurricane ready to go again. 5 receivers, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Velatambi takes it, drops back, pressure comes, throws across the middle. Right there it is, complete at the 40 and up to the 45-yard line. That's Jaden Smith hauling it in. Smith does not get a whole lot of attention, but right there he was wide open, and Velatambi found him coming across the middle. 1st and 10 Redskins.
What a play there. What a route from Smith. Really, you're wide receiver number 4 or 5 usually on any given Friday.
Indeed. 1st and 10 for the Redskins. Ball at the 45. Here they come, 5 receivers. They send 3 to the right this time. Velatambi shotgun, drops back, stands in there, throws it downfield. Got a man open. That's Smith again. Complete at the 20 to the 15-yard line. Jaden Smith, back-to-back catches, and Hurricane is in the red zone against Martinsburg. 40 yards on the pass to Jaden Smith. And you have to believe Martinsburg probably was not putting a whole lot of emphasis on him when they watched the film, because I don't think he's had 2 catches in a game all season.
Exactly. The tape does not show number 12 out there running many routes, and he's been great to start.
And also they're going 5 wide. They've done this all night, and now they have sent Jaden Smith off because of some kind of an equipment issue. The official told him to get whatever it was fixed, and they bring in Legros. So still 5 wide, but Smith, who's had the last 2 catches, is out. Snap back. Velatambi stands in, throws into the end zone. It is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was no Sean Hampton, but good coverage that time by Martinsburg.
Yeah, it looks like Mason Wally made the play there, stride for stride with Hampton right there. What a play.
We are scoreless here in the first period. Ball sitting at the Martinsburg 14-yard line. Velatambi, second down, drops back, throws it across screen pass. It is caught and drives down inside the 10-yard line. Legros hauled that one in. Picked up about 7 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
And Legros is not somebody who you see line up wide out for the Redskins all that much. We saw it a couple of weeks ago against St. Albans, but not much against the big boys.
All the way across the field, Velatambi's got receivers 5 wide. Shotgun formation, he's all alone. Drops back, looks, throws across the middle, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Jolly Burnett. Flag comes flying in. Burnett couldn't hang on to it and very close to being intercepted, but let's check the flag. As the officials are still communicating about what it might be, I believe, well, they're acting as if it's going to be against Hurricane. Let's see what the call is. It's going to be a hold against the Redskins, so that will back them up. And, boy, if you're Hurricane, you absolutely want to get a touchdown out of this because you don't get too many opportunities like this against Martinsburg.
They declined the flag, making them go on 4th down, but Velatambi's ready to go and get the 3.
So they decline it. 4th down for the Redskins. They can get a first down without a touchdown. Velatambi, and now there's movement on the left side. And did Martinsburg move? Did he pull them offsides? Let's see.
I believe he did, Chris.
Hurricane thinks that he did. And that was some gamesmanship right there by Velatambi. Not even alarmed that it was 4th down. Indeed, encroachment by the defense. First down for the Redskins, 1st and goal.
And how many times has that happened, Chris, when the Redskins are ready to go on fourth down and they don't even need to snap the ball before encroachment is called?
All right, ball's going to rest at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal for Hurricane. They line up this time with 2 men in the backfield. They hand it to Grace, first carry of the night. Grace to the 5, pushes into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane. Kylan Grace powered right up the middle behind his center into the end zone, and Hurricane draws first blood with 9:20 to go in the first period.
I mentioned it in the pregame. Kylan Grace has not found the end zone since Hurricanes game against St. Albans over a month ago. He needed to find the red, and he gets it in right there.
And that was a big, big drive for Hurricane to open up and take the lead on Martinsburg. The extra point from Seth Casto. Snap, kick is in the air. That kick is good. With 9:20 to go in the first period, it's Hurricane 7, Martinsburg nothing. You're listening to High School Football on the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
Disasters happen. Pick the team that takes care of them all. Powered by offices in Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh. Panhandle.
7-play drive, a 4-yard touchdown by Kylan Grace. He finds the end zone.
Seth Casto tees it up and gets ready to kick it away. Boston Todd and Coy Fagan deep for the Bulldogs. Kick in the air. And that one's going to come down again in the end zone for another touchback. So Casto taking away the possibility of a special teams play for Martinsburg as they'll start this drive at their 20-yard line. Boy, what an impressive drive by the Redskins there. You got to think, man, how many opportunities does Martinsburg give you to get down in this position? You got to score. And, man, cool as a cucumber on 4th down. Velatambi draws them off, and they punch it in.
Right, and we're going to see that 5-wide set a lot of the night. Kylan Grace didn't really get many touches at all last week. We'll see how they play him.
Shotgun formation. Fagan in the backfield brings a man in motion. pitches it. That's a jet sweep to the right side. That's Todd up to the 25, still on his feet. They got to get him down, wrap him up, and they finally do. And Boston Todd on the jet sweep picks up about 5 yards, and that right there reflects exactly what Donnie Mays was talking about in the pregame, is you can't just hit these guys. You've got to wrap up, hang on, and even if you're going down, hang on to a piece of the jersey until your teammate gets there, because that's the way Martinsburg plays. They are relentless.
It's a bit of a taste of your own medicine, because that's how Grace runs the football.
Second down and 5. Fagan, screen pass, nearly intercepted, but completed. What a play, coming across and tipping the ball, nearly intercepting it, and amazingly coming down with the catch that time was Jay-Sean Dirting. Great play that time defensively.
Kylan Grace.
That was Kylan Grace who came over and tipped it, but really fortunate for Dirting that he even hauled it in, but he lost 2 yards on the play. It's 3rd down and 8 for Martinsburg. Fagan, twin receivers right, one to the left, drops back. Fagan hangs in the pocket, looks, throws. Man is there, but he overthrows him, had a wide open receiver and threw it just a little bit too far. And now for a second drive, Martinsburg is going to have to punt the ball away to Hurricane.
Not something you see too often from the Fagan-led Bulldog offense. What a play by Kylan Grace. He's been everywhere. He's been a solid linebacker for Donnie Mays this year, but we haven't seen him make any incredible play jumping the route like that. That's the first time we've seen that this year.
Braden Miller back in punt formation for the Bulldogs. And Jolly Burnett is deep for Hurricane. Miller rolls to the right, running kick. It's going to come down and it's going to hit at about the 50 and take a Martinsburg roll inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line. So Hurricane defensively has come up with 2 big stops early. With 8:01 to go, Hurricane leads this 7-0, and they've got their second drive about to start.
A great 1st and 2nd down there for Hurricane. Fagan had a man right there on the 3rd down play. I know he wants that one back. Could have been a gain of around 20 to 25 if he hit him in stride. It was not an easy pass, and he overthrew him just by a couple steps.
Redskins come out 1st and 10. Again, that 5-wide set. First time we've seen that, unless they did it last week when I wasn't here. I've not seen Hurricane do this at all.
They did do it a lot last week.
Okay, well, there you go. Snap back. Velotombi handles the snap, throws it. Man's open downfield. Caught at the 25, the 20, the 10, the 5, into the end zone. That is a Hurricane touchdown for Noshawn Hampton. 46 yards. From Velotombi to Noshawn Hampton, and Hurricane has built a 2-touchdown lead early on Martinsburg.
My goodness. We saw it last week, the 5-wide set from Hurricane, but they weren't able to just pick apart George Washington. They're really picking apart the secondary of Martinsburg here with 7:50 to go in the first.
And let me tell you what, he was defended on that by Coy Fagan, and he beat him by 5 yards. That was a great job of getting open. Casto's kick is up, and it is good. Hurricane leading Martinsburg 14-0, 7:50 to go in the first period. This is high school football on the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
Welcome back to Hurricane. 14-0 is your score. The Redskins lead Martinsburg with 7:50 to go in the first quarter. A 46-yard touchdown throw by Noah Velotombi to Noshawn Hampton.
Boston Todd, Coy Fagan deep to receive the kick again from Casto. Kick is in the air. It's a hard one, a long one, and it goes into the end zone. Touchback again. What a play by Noah Velotombi. So many things could have gone wrong on that. Velotombi had a high snap. He handled it. And what I've also noticed that he's been doing tonight is he stands right in there in that pocket. Even when the pressure is on, he bravely stands in there, and he put that one right on the money. A great job by Hampton to get open.
You have a dynamic offense. You usually go 1 back and 4 wide. They're going 5 wide, full air raid.
4 wide right now for Martinsburg. Fagan, quarterback keeper, goes to the left. He's got, he's brought down from behind. And that was Ethan Chill, I think, who got the stop there for Hurricane. Pickup of about 6. It's 2nd down and 4.
See how Martinsburg's offense has a response right here.
Fagan, shotgun, hands it off. Hit in the backfield and dropped. That was Brian Dick, and he had nowhere to go. He's going to lose a couple defensively. Hurricane fired up out there.
And that's Joey Keano, the leader, the anchor for Donnie Mays. 11 tackles per game this season. He is not tall in stature, but he has been physical from the start of the year, and again tonight against Martinsburg.
He is in on just about 80% of the tackles that this defense has is somehow tied to Keano, and that time he was right in the backfield to meet Dick the moment he got the ball. 3rd down and 6 now, loss of 2 on the play. Fagan brings his team to the line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and he's got a sidecar to his left. Fagan calls for the ball, takes it, drops it off to Dick out in the flat. He's going to be hit and dropped short of the 1st down. Did pick up about 3, but he's going to be about a yard shy of the marker. Decision time again for Dave Walker, and he doesn't even hesitate. Here comes Martinsburg's punt team.
Wow, 3 straight 3-and-outs to start the first quarter for Hurricanes defense. Sean Legros, he's played the strong safety position a lot this year. He's usually out wide. He was playing closer to the line of scrimmage right there and really sat back and waited on that little screen pass right there.
Braden Miller to punt it for Martinsburg. Jolly Burnett deep for Hurricane. The snap, rolling kick to the right. Kick is in the air, and nobody there to receive it. It's going to hit at about the 45, 44-yard line and go out of bounds. So Hurricanes 44, same line of scrimmage as the last time. And Hurricane has absolutely jumped on Martinsburg quickly here.
Well, you expected an inspired start here on the season finale, senior night against Martinsburg. What a chance for the Hurricane Redskins. But I didn't expect it to be like this. 3 straight 3-and-outs from the defense. I thought the defense would struggle, and they still might. But this early statement by the defensive front is special.
Well, one thing you've got to keep in mind is, like we talked about in the pregame, Martinsburg will never quit. So you try to just keep pouring it on him. Velatambi, the 5-wide set, drops back, pressure comes, throws across the middle, complete, across midfield, at the 40, and down he goes inside the 40-yard line. Coming up with it was Tyshawn Dews, and Martinsburg brought the heat that time. Velatambi took the hit and went down, but he got the pass off, and Dews was open across the middle, takes it into Martinsburg territory. He's down at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Redskins.
And there's Dews right there. Has not found the end zone since the Cabell Midland game in September. He's got to be big as the season goes down.
Snap to Velatambi. Pressure again. Throws across the middle to Dews. Dews trying to get out of the tackle. He gets it down to the 30. Helmet comes flying off. Ball comes flying out. Flags come from everywhere. And, man, Dews was furious about that because as he went down, his helmet came flying out of there.
And this is why this offense reminds me of a college-style offense. They're going 5 wide with no setback, and Martinsburg's bringing the pressure, but Velatambi gets the ball out so quickly, and he's able to find his targets in stride, whether it be over the middle or on the outside.
Yeah, and you can certainly see why. There was a face mask there against Martinsburg. That's going to tag 15 more onto the end of that run, and Hurricane's going to be down in the red zone again. Some frustration there by that Martinsburg defense. You could tell they brought heat on Velatambi, and he read it well. Hit Dews right across the middle twice in a row. And that's the one thing about being back there all alone. You don't have a whole lot of protection if they put too many in the box, but he's handling it well so far. Ball placed at the 15. 1st and 10 for the Redskins. More traditional set now. He's got Grace in the backfield. Hands it to Grace. Grace left side. He's at the 10. Pushing inside the 10 down to about the 6-yard line. Kylan Grace carrying the ball. And Hurricane trying to mount another touchdown here on Martinsburg.
Kylan Grace over 1,000 yards last week against George Washington. He found the end zone to start the football game, made a great play as the linebacker, and again, a nice run right there to set up 2nd and short.
Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. Redskins, Velatambi hands it to Grace. Grace bangs it right into the middle, shoves forward, is driven backwards though, not much there. I don't think he may have even lost a yard on the play. Yeah, he did, pushed him back. Clock winding, 4:49 to go here on a winding first quarter clock. Hurricanes got a 14-0 lead, trying to build on that. They've got its 3rd down and 4 at the Martinsburg 7-yard line. Velatombi getting the assignment from the sideline, now relaying it to his team. 15 seconds on the play clock. Got to get things organized and get going here. Grace is a sidecar to the left, twin receivers to the right, one to the left. McGrew goes in motion, snap to Velatombi. Throws it, it is incomplete, intended for Shalik Hampton, and just couldn't haul it in.
And Seth Castro coming out to attempt the field goal, something we're not used to seeing. I do believe the Riverside game 2 weeks ago was his first field goal of the season that he made. He's a great kicker, but oftentimes on fourth down and manageable, Donnie Mays is ready to go. But with a 14-0 early lead, you take your points.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to leave points on the field when you're playing Martinsburg. It's going to be a 25-yard attempt for Seth Casto. The snap is good. Kick is in the air, and that kick is good. So Hurricane builds a 17-0 lead with 4:16 to go here in the first period. This is high school football on the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
With the right support and care, a seed can grow into a resilient plant. Recovery takes patience, intention, and a willingness to listen. Every path is different, and every story of substance use is an opportunity for transformation. When it comes to growing and restoring our communities, we need everyone to break through addiction. Learn more at backtolifewv.org.
Welcome back to Hurricane. 4:16 to go in the first quarter. Hurricane keeping their foot on the gas. It's a 6-play, 66-yard drive, and Hurricane gets 3 points with a 25-yard field goal from Seth Casto.
Casto lines it up to kick it away again. 17-0. Redskins have built this lead. There's the kick. Long kick downfield, and that one goes into the end zone again. Touchback, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 from Martinsburg. And we were talking about it during the break, Aaron. This is a great start for Hurricane, exactly what Donnie Mays wanted. His offense is clicking. His defense is forcing 3 and outs. But you just got to keep that going, because if you let up an inch, Martinsburg has the kind of attitude that they're going to throttle up, if anything else.
And Coy Fagan has looked a little flustered early, but at some point he's going to get Kyrie Bunny going, and it's just a matter of when.
And here we go. Fagan keeps it himself, coming up the middle, making his way through, drives it ahead up over the 25-yard line to the 26. Coy Fagan on the quarterback keeper that time. Brought down by Hunter Bernard and some of that middle of that Redskins line. Pickup of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4, even though it says 3rd down on the marker. Fagan. Shotgun snap, keeps it himself, straight up the middle, picking his way through. He's ridden down. Does not get much, but I think he did get enough for the 1st down. That was Keanu who jumped on his back. He pushes forward, and only Martinsburg's 2nd 1st down out of 4 drives. They push it ahead to the 32-yard line.
And there's not a whole incredibly lot of lanes for Martinsburg right now, but Coy Fagan knows how to play the running back position and run the read option. He knows how to find just enough.
Fagan with a sidecar to the left, 3 receivers to the left. The snap, hands it off over the right side, making a spin, and coming down, that's Nick Buskey. Buskey had himself a pretty good seam, and then he spun out of it, went back to the inside, but it was good enough to pick up 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4 as the clock winds at 3:13. Hurricane with a 17-0 lead on number 1 Martinsburg. Coy Fagan sets his team down again, 3 receivers to the left. Shotgun snap, Fagan. Quick pass to the near side is complete. Up to the 45-yard line. That was Kyrie Bunny, his first catch of the night, and it's good for a 1st down.
And again, it's just a matter of when Bunny gets involved. 14 touchdown catches this year, leading the team. He had a 4-touchdown game against Huntington earlier in the season. It was 1 versus 2 at the time, and Huntington went to Martinsburg and got destroyed, and Bunny was the big play man, had a big 70-yard touchdown. When does he get loose right here?
1st and 10 at the 46. Handoff going to the left side, and the Hurricane defense is there. They bottle up Buskey and throw him for about a 2-yard loss. Nick Buskey could not find anywhere to run after he got the ball from Fagan. Loses 2. It's 2nd and 12. Remember, on that first drive, Martinsburg was going tempo. They've not done that since. They've slowed things way down here after that. 2:28 to go in the first period. Clock winding. 2nd and 12. Martinsburg on their own 44-yard line.
And Devin Short has been all over the place for Hurricane. Usually it's Ethan Chill or Stephen Lusher, the first one off the line. Tonight it's been big number 44.
Four-man front for the Redskin defense. Fagan, twin receivers either way, sidecar to the left. Fagan takes it, drops back, looking, going to hang on to him himself. He gets up over midfield at the 45, the 40. Look at the speed on him. Inside the 30-yard line, Coy Fagan, and a flag at the end of the play. He's finally ridden out of bounds by Legros over there on the far sideline. My goodness, it's like he caught another gear once he got into space.
And that's exactly right. It's almost like he knows when to turn it on and turn it off, and we just haven't seen him turn it on yet. He's been kind of trying to run behind the blockers. There haven't been a whole lot of lanes right now up to this point, but when he turned it on right there and got loose, he's just as fast, if not faster, than anybody on the field.
Penalty against Hurricane at the end of the run. Didn't get what the violation was, but it extends the play another. A horse collar is what the call was. I didn't see that. They go inside the red zone, taking the ball down to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 from Martinsburg, their first real opportunity to score tonight. Fagan takes it. Handoff. Buskey pushes forward, drives it down inside the 10-yard line. Nick Buskey with the carry, picks up about 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Now getting closer to the red zone for the first time tonight. How is Fagan utilized right here?
Shotgun, Fagan keeps it himself, bounces to the left. He's hit, drives forward, gets down very close to the first down marker. It may depend on the spot, and they're going to say he was a yard shy. So it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Ball is right at the 5-yard line. Fagan playing fast now, keeps it himself, pushes, he's hit by Keanu immediately and stopped. He got the first down, but Keanu was right there to meet him, and also Jaden Smith. Flag comes out late. I was looking down at the chart. What was the call?
Looked like it might be some extracurricular after the play, after Keanu made the tackle. Not sure which side is going to get enforced right here.
Martinsburg's acting as if it might have been against them. We'll find out here. Nope, it's against Hurricane. Okay, there'll be offsetting penalties. They've called it against both. Those offset. But this is a game where you've got to hold your emotions in check.
Absolutely.
You cannot let that, because little things like that will mess you up.
And Keanu did a great job getting off the line right there, but just not enough.
Fagan. Keeper, left side, inside the 5, pushes ahead. He's hit, trying to get to the end zone. They pile him up right at the pylon. No signal yet. There it is. Touchdown, Martinsburg. Hurricane did everything they could to keep him from getting to that pylon, but he made it just into the end zone, and Martinsburg, with a minute to go in the first period, is finally on the board. They trail 17-6.
That's what you were expecting at the goal line. Fagan, like Vela Thomby, is so good at the goal line, taking it himself and establishing him as a tall, big, physical runner that also has speed too. A pretty good combination.
Sam Collins on to attempt the extra point for the Bulldogs. Coy Fagan is the holder. As we await the snap, Martinsburg with a late entry checking into the game. He's in place now. And everybody moved. I think Martinsburg's going to have to march this thing back and kick it 5 yards further away.
And when the extra man came on for Martinsburg, there was only 7 seconds left on the play clock.
And it threw everybody's timing off. And I think that's exactly what happened. So it's movement by the offensive line of Martinsburg. So they're going to march them back 5 and kick it again. Or try to kick it this time from the 15. Collins, the place kicker. Coy Fagan, the holder. There's the snap. Kick is in the air, and that kick is good. So, with 58 seconds left in the first period, Hurricane leads Martinsburg 17-7. This is high school football on the voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
Where is home? Home is where we live, work, and play. It's in the small, quiet moments and the memories we capture. For 35 years, we've been here, with you, building home together.
Welcome back to Hurricane. 17-7. Hurricane leads Martinsburg with 58 seconds to go in the opening frame. You can see why quarterback Coy Fagan is a Division I prospect. He gets into the end zone, and he's accounted for 41 touchdowns on the season. For Martinsburg, it's a 9-play, 80-yard drive.
Tashawn Dews deep to accept the kickoff from Sam Collins, who's got it teed up at the 40. He approaches, puts his foot into it. Kick's going to come down. Dews is going to take it at the 5. Up over the 10. Bends it to the right, turns up at the 15, ahead to the 20, and out of bounds on the far sideline, right at the 20-yard line. So you knew that Martinsburg was not just going to lie down and get run over there. They found a spark. Coy Fagan's a leader on the team. He was probably the spark on that drive, ended up scoring the touchdown. Now we settle in and we see what kind of a game we got going on.
And you knew Martinsburg wasn't going to procrastinate and wait till the third and fourth quarter to get things going. You knew they'd get on the board before the first quarter was up, and I'm interested to see what the score is going into the locker room. It could very well be in favor of Martinsburg.
Yeah, Donnie Mays warned his team. He goes, they will not quit. You cannot let up on them. So here comes Hurricane. Different set this time. They go with Grace in the backfield and McGrew. Shotgun snap with twin receivers to the left. Velatombi over to the left, over to the right side is complete to Shalik Hampton, who pushes ahead very close to the first down, hauling in the quick pass.
Shalik Hampton has been so effective this year. Over 450 yards on the season with 9 touchdowns. He's taken a back seat a little bit the last couple of weeks, but still can dominate any game at any given point.
Pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2 for Hurricane. Ball at their own 31-yard line. 34 seconds, clock is winding, and now it will stop as the officials have a timeout. All right, so the play went out of bounds, which should have stopped the clock at 49 seconds, but it continued to roll.
Went down to 33 seconds.
So much for your home cooking.
That went by quick. The stripes were on that one.
Indeed. All right, Velatombi. Twin receivers left, one to the right. Takes the snap, hands it to Grace. Grace going to the right side, pushes it forward. He's going to be very close to the first down. It'll depend on his forward progress. He got shoved backwards, but the officials are going to say he got right up close to the line. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 with 31 seconds to go. Hurricane back on the ball, playing fast. Velatombi calling for the ball. Now he looks over. Get the play in from Donnie Mays. 21 seconds in the clock. Trying to get the play off. Velatombi takes the snap, hands it to Grace. Grace pushes his way forward. He's got the first down this time as a scrum breaks out, and that will probably be the last play of the first period. It will be enough for a first down. So they'll reset the sticks here. And as soon as the sticks are set, they'll roll. 3, 2, 1, and that will be the end of the first quarter. But for the home team, it was a first quarter to remember. 17-7. Hurricanes got the lead on number 1 Martinsburg. You're listening to High School Football on the voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
Panhandle cleaning and restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all. Restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. With Panhandle cleaning and restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Ready to start the second quarter. Hurricane 1st and 10 from their own 35. Velatambi shotgun. Takes the snap. Throws it downfield. Receiver falls over on the far end. It was intended for Jolly Burnett. He was trying to turn and come back, but he slipped and fell. Ball goes incomplete.
And on that route, that was going to have to be executed perfectly by Velatambi, and on the stop and comeback by Jolly Burnett. Through one quarter, not much we've said about Jolly Burnett. He's been phenomenal the last two. But it's been Jaden Smith and Noshawn Hampton.
Yeah, it's been Jaden Smith's game, that is for sure so far. Velatambi now back into that twin receivers left and one to the right set. He brings McGrew in motion. Snap back. They hand it this time. New runner into the game. That's Gregory. Gregory pushes it ahead to the 40-yard line. A.J. Gregory, the junior, getting in on the action. Picks up about 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Redskins at their own 40.
And last week against George Washington with a mostly 5 wide, no setback look, Kylan Grace didn't get the ball much at all, and A.J. Gregory never even checked into the game on offense.
Same set, twin receivers left, right hash mark. Here's Velatambi. Screen pass, throws it over. It is caught by Burnett. Burnett is wrapped up short of the first down marker. He's going to be about a yard shy.
And Hurricane likes to go for it in this scenario, but this is such a dangerous team in Martinsburg does that change up the game plan?
Well, I don't know. I think you dance with the one that brung you. Is that what they say? You're about you're less than a yard shy. I know normally Donnie Mays would roll the dice here, and why stop now? They get up on the ball. Martinsburg puts their entire defense in and jumps off sides. I think that's exactly what Velatambi was wanting. I doubt he even called a play.
It's getting to be like clockwork at this point.
Yep.
They were ready to send the house.
Yeah.
Man, a stacked line, a blitz coming, and, man, just jumped the gun again and made contact.
Martinsburg was certain that they were going to try to shove somebody right up the middle there, and they got a little too antsy when they put about 9 guys in the box.
And that was Tashawn Cofield that jumped the gun, number 17 right there.
Yeah, that's one where you just it's like you want the cookie, but you're not supposed to eat it, but you just can't stand it. You got to have the cookie. 49-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Redskins, who have a 17-7 lead at 10:34 on a winding second quarter clock. Trips to the right this time, 2 to the left. Back to that 5-receiver set. Velatambi all alone back there in the shotgun, drops back, looks. He's hit, escapes, and falls. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. He slid down, and he still took a shot. No flag on that. But I think some folks kind of felt like he should have been there.
Is that the first time we've seen Noah Velatambi slide all year?
That kind of surprised me when he did it. He almost got sacked, but he managed to escape there, stepped up, and decided to run it, got to the line of scrimmage. He actually was about a yard shy of the line of scrimmage. He lost a yard.
And Velatambi's not scared of contact, but he's been sacked a couple of times, not afraid of contact. I've not seen him slide to the turf on purpose all year.
5 wide again for Velatambi, all alone in the backfield. Snap back, here comes the pressure, throws it downfield. It's going to be in and out of the arms of the intended receiver. Noshawn Hampton couldn't hang on to it. They brought 2 receivers down, tried to make them cross to mess up the defensive backs, and the ball just slipped through his arms.
That was a good crossing route with Tyshawn Dews and Noshawn Hampton. A really good throw stepped up there by Noah Velatambi, but in stride right there with the defenders kind of step for step. It was going to have to take the perfect hand-eye coordination of Hampton, and he just kind of let it go right there.
So now it's 3rd down and 11, and Donnie Mays wants to talk it over. Timeout on the field with 9:35 to go in the second period. Hurricane has a 17-7 lead on Martinsburg. You're listening to high school football on the voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
With the right support and care, a seed can grow into a resilient plant. Recovery takes patience, intention, and a willingness to listen. Every path is different, and every story of substance use is an opportunity for transformation. When it comes to growing and restoring our communities, we need everyone to break through addiction. Learn more at backtolifewv.org.
Where is home? Home is where we live.
Hurricanes facing 3rd down and 11, ball at their own 48-yard line. Redskins offense was clicking on every cylinder in the first quarter. Martinsburg's defense has kind of settled in now, and things have returned to what you would normally expect in a game like this.
And here comes your 5 wide set with no running back.
Bellatami out of the shotgun, all alone back there, depending on that line to protect him. Drops back, pressure coming, puts it in the air. Ball's going to be incomplete. Tyshawn Dews was on his motor trying to get to it, just could not get there. Just a hair overthrown, or that would have been 6 points for the Redskins.
And Tyshawn Dews, the Morgantown man, he's a true burner. Obviously doesn't have the size, doesn't possess the size that Shuey Campton has, or even Jolly Burnett or Sean Legros. So if it's overthrown for Tyshawn Dews, it is overthrown by a little bit. Good spiral there from Bellatami, just put a little too much mustard.
So Casto comes on to punt, and deep to receive for Martinsburg will be Braden Miller. Kick is in the air. Miller has to go back. It hits and rolls into the end zone. So they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line.
And here comes your run potentially from Martinsburg. This is where the Hurricane defense has to step up, because we knew Martinsburg wasn't going to go away easily, but 17-0 is not good enough in the first quarter. And in the first half, to even take a lead into the locker room against Martinsburg, you have to be moving the ball downfield the entirety of the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, this is going to be the test right here for this Hurricane defense. They're going to have to get after it like they were in the first quarter. Playing jacked up when that game started, they have to get that momentum and that intensity back and get Martinsburg off their game, which they did in the first quarter. Twin receivers either way for Coy Fagan. The snap. Keeps it. Left side. Here comes Fagan. He's up over the 25, over the 30. Makes a man miss over the 35. Flag comes in, and he's knocked out of bounds right at the 38-yard line. Coy Fagan with the quarterback keeper. Flag is down back at about the 28-yard line. We'll see what the call is from the official who was right on it there. And it's going to be a hold against Martinsburg, so that will negate what was a pretty nice run by Coy Fagan. And we'll push the Bulldogs backwards.
And we're starting to see why Fagan is such an effective runner, Chris. The ability to just patiently run behind the left tackle and trust his block right there. And then from that point on, he's either gone or he's got a good pickup of 15 or 20 right there. And we might be in for some more of that.
Ball placed at the 18. It's first down and 12. Fagan rolling to his right, throws it downfield, but short hops his intended receiver over there, and it is incomplete. Trying to get that one into the hands of Boston Todd, but threw it too low. So second down and 12 now for Martinsburg. Hurricanes defense trying to come up and roll another 7.
And when does Fagan start to settle into the passing game? I know his strength is running the football, but he can run a good pro-style offense and throw the football downfield too. A good spiral throughout the course of the year, and just kind of looks a little unsettled. Looks better as a runner right now. Looks comfortable right there.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Fagan. Fagan rolling to the right. Pressure comes, and he gets out of it, makes 2 people miss. He's up over the 25 to the 30, still on his feet, and steps out of bounds after picking up the first down right at the 32-yard line. Coy Fagan was wrapped up in the backfield, but he got away. Looks like Ethan Chill got to him, couldn't hang on. Another hand came in there, couldn't hang on. And you can't arm tackle Coy Fagan. You've got to strain and get a hand on and hang on until somebody can get there and help you.
And Ethan Chill has been great at getting off the line and finishing the tackle this year, proving that Coy Fagan's a different beast.
First and 10, Fagan looking, double pumps, throws, pass is complete. Up at midfield, there's a hit, he gets away. Boston Todd still on his feet, finally brought down at around Hurricanes' 40-yard line. Flags come in at the end of the play. But there's another example of you can't just hit somebody, you've got to wrap them up.
And that ball was thrown behind the receiver a little bit too, but had enough space to where it didn't really matter that much, and then again could not wrap him up on the first or second try.
So the play goes to Hurricanes 40. It should be a first down for Martinsburg, but let's see who the call is on, because it looked like a little extracurricular activity at the end. And the personal foul is going to be called against Martinsburg, who knocked a man off his pins, the offending party. So they got the first down, but it cost him 15 yards. So instead of scrimmaging from Hurricanes 40, Martinsburg will scrimmage from their own 46-yard line, 1st and 10.
It looked like that was Brady Beeden. Could not exactly tell. I believe it was number 79. Apologies if that's incorrect. But, yeah, just kind of hit Sean Legros after the whistle was blown, unneeded right there. And you got to keep your emotions in check in a 1 versus 4 matchup.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Fagan's got one man sidecar to the left. Fagan calls for the ball, throws it out into the flat, incomplete. Or was it? Yes, they call that incomplete. Ball was intended for Dalvin Wheeler. Dalvin Wheeler, but it was incomplete. Now flags fly again, this is an emotional game and a lot's on the line. And a couple of the Martinsburg players are pulling themselves back to their own side of the ball and said, hey, we got to calm this down. Let's see what the call was. They usually get the second guy, don't they?
They do. It's like hockey here in West Virginia high school football.
And it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct call against Martinsburg. And that's going to march them back another 15 yards all the way to their own 32-yard line. And that came after the play. And they show it on the monitor here. Yeah, you can definitely see that was unnecessary. And now Dave Walker wants a timeout, and that's a good timeout by Dave Walker.
There's no way Walker could be happy right now.
You've got to bring them over and give them a lecture, and that's exactly what's going on. 8:23 to go here in the second period. Hurricane leads Martinsburg 17-7 back in 30 seconds. This is high school football on 580 WCHS.
We have the skill set internally to take almost any project from a concept all the way through to completion. We don't manufacture widgets. We do things that make a huge impact to society, so we take what we do very, very seriously. There's a great sense of satisfaction and accomplishment that you really contributed to society, really did your part to make where you are from a better place than it was before you came there.
Welcome back to Redskins Stadium. High school football on 580 WCHS. Aaron Parker, Chris Lawrence with you. Also welcome those who are watching in on the Video Productions video stream of the game tonight. Glad to have you folks listening wherever and watching wherever you might be. 2nd down and 25 from Martinsburg, who has allowed their emotions to put them in a hole. Coy Fagan, shotgun formation. He's got Brian Digg behind him in the backfield. The snap, fakes the handoff, goes to the right side. Pass is complete up to the 40 and into the arms of Kyrie Bunny. He's going to pick up about 15 yards or about 10 yards or so, but it's still going to bring up 3rd down and about 13.
And Noshawn Hampton has been assigned to Bunny, and he's been really good up until this point, but Bunny able to get separation right there, had plenty of space on Hampton, had about 5 yards on the stop right there. We'll see if he can get going.
Ball at Martinsburg's 44-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right for Fagan. The snap, Fagan dropping back, looking downfield, looking, pressure comes. He escapes. Now he's going to keep it himself, move forward. Flags are going to come flying in as they get to him, and I think this time the flags are going to be on the Redskins. Fagan had nowhere to throw the ball, had pressure coming, pocket collapsed, and he scooted to the right. And I've got a feeling that was a it was a face mask, I believe, on Hurricanes defense, and that will be enough for a 1st down for Martinsburg. So, some really costly penalties for both teams here in the second period. That's going to push the ball all the way to the Hurricane 41-yard line, 1st and 10, and Martinsburg is ready to go. Fagan puts his sidecar to the right. Twin receivers left, 1 to the right. Keeps it himself. Fagan right up the middle, great fake. He's right behind the referee. He's at the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, and down into the end zone goes Coy Fagan. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds right at the pylon. 40 yards for Coy Fagan, and he stepped out just as he was trying to get in. I thought he made it, and I think he thought he made it.
And the official gave him a little bit of a screen right there, slowed him down, but still got to the 1-yard line. Ethan Chill has been a great defender for the Redskins all year. He is struggling to do anything against Coy Fagan. Had the face mask on the play before, tackling with his arms, and right there, completely misreads the read option that Coy Fagan executed so beautifully.
Jolly Burnett was able to shove him out of bounds right there in the corner. 1st and goal. Under center, Fagan pushes it in. Touchdown, Martinsburg. He only had about an inch or two he had to punch it in. He got that. And with 7:39 to go, Martinsburg has pulled to within 4. It's 17-13 with the extra point pending. You're right. The official that time he actually used him as a screen about 5 yards down the field.
Slowed him down, but he was able
but he guarded him all the way.
Able to bounce off and kind of go more towards the left pylon as opposed to down the middle of the field. Unusual play right there.
All right. Now they set up the extra point in a rather unorthodox fashion. That's Sam Collins on to attempt it. And there's the snap. Kick is in the air, and Collins' kick is good. So with 7:39 to go in the first half, Martinsburg trails now by a field goal, 17-14. This is high school football on the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
Big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
We welcome you back to Redskins Stadium here in Hurricane. 17-14, Hurricane leads Martinsburg with 7:39 to go in the second quarter. It's a 9-play, 80-yard drive for the Bulldogs of Martinsburg. And the second rushing touchdown of the game for quarterback Coy Fagan gets in from 1 yard away.
Hurricane's hot hand in the first half has cooled considerably. And it's a quick kick straight up in the air. Fair catch called for and made right at the 32-yard line by Jaden Smith. What a game he is having. I can't remember calling his name that many times in a game this year. He came to play.
Yeah, and didn't get utilized a ton on the last series for Hurricane. And Hurricane, a rare punt, so not that many plays for the Redskins. We'll see if they go back to the well. You have so many options in Dews, Hampton, Burnett, and Grace. And Sean Hampton and Jaden Smith are kind of the ones that get a look every 2 or 3 games, but they're getting a lot of looks here in the first half.
1st and 10 from their own 33. 4 receivers to the left. That's the wide side of the field. Snap back to Velatambi, but he goes to the near side and caught by Shalik. Oh, it came in and out. No, it was intercepted. It was picked off. I thought it was a great catch coming back the other way and finally knocked down. And Kyrie Bunny picked it off. I thought that Shalik Hampton had made an amazing catch. And our producer on TV, Garrett, said it's a Sports Center top 10. It was indeed. Hampton caught it. It came up out of his hands and right into Bunny's mitts, and nobody realized what had happened. So Kyrie Bunny with one of the most amazing picks you'll ever see. That's going to be on Joe Bricato's Plays of the Week.
Unreal play by Bunny.
Holy cow.
Wow. And a penalty. It looks like on offsetting penalties on both sides right there after the play. What a play. It looked like Hampton. That was an optical illusion to our eyes.
I know.
I know I might have a little bit better vision than you, but it looked like he brought it in. And once I saw the ball wasn't in his hands, I thought for sure it hit the turf.
I was looking over here among the cheerleaders. I thought it just went out incomplete, and then suddenly Bunny's running the other way with it. And I'm thinking, how in the world did that happen? But, yeah, as Hampton stretched out for the ball, he had it, and when he hit the ground, instead of bouncing under him, it bounced back up in the air off his hands and was a live ball. And Bunny caught it and headed the other way.
And Bunny says, if I'm not going to dominate the game in the first half offensively, I'm going to make my presence felt defensively.
And he did. So here comes Martinsburg, 1st and 10. Fagan hands it off. Dick right up the middle across the 50. Down to the 40 goes Martinsburg's Brian Dick. And that's a first down run deep into Hurricane territory. Now it's 1st and 10 at the Hurricane 37-yard line for the Bulldogs.
And Brian Dick, another great athlete, a 30-yard touchdown run in that big contest at home against Spring Mills. Had a touchdown run and a touchdown pass as the backup quarterback against Huntington when Coy Fagan had a small injury.
And Donnie Mays wants a timeout, and that's a great timeout to take because I tell you what, that play right there was so demoralizing for Hurricane. They got to erase that one from their mind and get back to playing and focus, or they're going to find themselves trailing here at halftime after a phenomenal start. It's currently 17-14 with 6:26 to go. Back in 30 seconds on 580 WCHS, the voice of Charleston.
Virginia's largest restoration company is now in the heart of the Mountain State. With a location in Charleston, joining our branches in Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh, we'll be there to help when you need it most. Our expert team and state-of-the-art equipment is ready to serve the Kanawha Valley 24 hours a day. From water damage to fire restoration, when disaster strikes your home or business, tell your insurance provider you prefer the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
So Martinsburg's got it 1st and 10. Hurricane calls a timeout just to settle their defense down after a phenomenal play that will without question be one of Joe Bricato's Metro News top 10 plays of the week. We'll talk about that after this play. 1st and 10. Coy Fagan takes the ball, drops back, steps up in the pocket, throws it downfield, wide open, overthrows his intended receiver down there. That was going to be a sure 6 points for Boston Todd. Fagan threw it a little high. But again, we go back to the interception that was one of the most unreal plays I have ever seen. Shalik Hampton lays out, fully extended, gets his ball in his hands, and when he hits the ground, it's still in his hands. It pops straight up in the air into the defender's hands, Kyrie Bunny, and he's going the other way. 2nd down and 10. This time keeping it on the ground. Brian Dick pushes ahead. He's down to the 30-yard line to the 29 goes Brian Dick on the carry for Martinsburg.
Going back to that interception, I don't want to resort to the collegiate game, but it reminds me a lot of a Beanie Bishop interception for West Virginia last year, a sensational pick at Central Florida where he really gave up the play, and the ball looked like it was caught, bounced off the receiver, and just kind of flipped up into the air right into his hands.
3rd and 3 from Martinsburg. Fagan, 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, calling for the football now. Resets the play, calls the audible. Coy Fagan, shotgun, rolls to the right behind blockers, turns back to the inside, right into the teeth of that Hurricane defense, and he is not going to get the 1st down. Shoved backwards by that Hurricane defense that said, no way, not up this one, not this alley.
Looked like Joey Keanu was in there among one of the first to the ball. I believe Drake Lanham on the line as well got there. But why not Joey Keanu?
I was going to say Keanu was in there. That's a shocker.
I believe he was the first hat to the ball, not just in there.
He usually is. Keanu's quite a defender for this Hurricane defense. 4th down and 1. Big play here for this Hurricane defense to kind of get themselves back into it. Martinsburg. 4th down and 1. They're going to go for it on Hurricane's 27-yard line. The snap. Fagan, left side. He's got the 1st down. Pushes inside the 25-yard line. He is finally wrestled down by Colin Grace, but not before he got the 1st down. Fagan is just so quick, man, that if he sees a crease, he's through it even before you realize it's there.
Yeah, and this could be potentially a back-breaking couple of sequences for Hurricane. Obviously, the interception right there on the first play of the drive after giving up a score, and now Fagan gets you on 4th down.
Clock rolling, 4:24 to go in the first half. Coy Fagan, shotgun formation. His team trails by 3, trying to take the lead before the half. Martinsburg, Fagan rolling right side, throws back to the other side. It is complete to Bunny, but Bunny's going to be dropped for a loss. Interesting play that time. Fagan went to the right side, turned around, threw it back against the grain. Bunny came back and got it, but Hurricane alertly right there to drop him for a 1-yard loss.
And Fagan took a shot on that play, got the ball out in time on the bubble screen, but Hurricane's front able to string that out. He took a shot. That could have been a big loss if he didn't get it out right on time.
2nd down and 11 after the 1-yard loss. They switch receivers from the wide side of the field to the narrow side. Fagan, twin receivers either way, calls for the ball. Now drops back. Play action. Fagan Folds to his left. Pocket collapses. Throws it downfield. Picked off by Legros. He's up over the 10, the 15, and Sean Legros off the tip hauls it in. And Hurricane has stopped the Martinsburg drive with 3:22 to go in the first half.
Big play, Sean Legros. Sean Legros with a huge interception to start the year against, at the time, number 2 Huntington. Took it back for a 92-yard score. Has a kick return for a touchdown this year, and in the season finale on his senior night. What a play on the tip drill.
And the tip was made by Jaden Smith. Legros pulled it out of the air. Probably not the most advisable throw by Fagan that time. He was rolling to his left, and to do it, he had to actually stop and turn his body. And when he did, he sort of threw it like a baseball, like you were turning a double play. Here comes Hurricane, 3:22 to go. They've got the ball in their own territory. Handoff, Grace pushes up the middle, fights his way through, and he is down there. Martinsburg saying they stripped the ball away, but the officials are right there saying no, he was down before the ball came out.
They look pretty convinced about that one. I saw a stripping motion, but so many bodies on Kylan Grace, it was hard to see when the ball came out.
He did pick up about 5 on the play. Ball's now scrimmaged at the 21-yard line. About a 5-yard pickup. Clock continues to roll at 2:52, and that's what this defense is going to do. You cannot give them an inch because they are coming and they are not quitting. Hurricane, Velatambi fakes the handoff, throws downfield, one-on-one coverage and pushing for the ball. It is caught. No, it's in. Did he catch it? Tyshawn Dews catches the ball and goes down right at the 45-yard line. I think Dews, when he caught it, went down to his knee, and his knee touched the ground, blowing the play dead. But what a catch by Tyshawn Dews.
Tyshawn Dews coming back to the football right there. It looked like it might have hit the turf because he didn't really do anything, but his knee was down.
Handoff right up the middle. There goes Grace, pushes it down to the 40-yard line. Back to that Dews catch prior to this play. He caught it. An amazing catch by Dews, spun around and went down to his knee. Play was dead at that point, but he was just amazing that he got into a position to catch that.
And this is your chance if you're Hurricane. Looking at the replay on the play before the Tyshawn Dews catch, it looked like Kylan Grace might have coughed up the football before his knee went down. He wasn't surrendering his body. He wanted to stay and fight for a 3rd and 4th chance, and it looked like the ball came out.
2 minutes to go. Ball's at Martinsburg's 40. 2nd down and 5 for Hurricane. Velatambi takes it, fakes the handoff, looks. Pressure comes and he's down in the backfield. Waited too long that time. Coming up with the sack for Martinsburg, Jordan Kovacs there, and also Ian McKenzie back there from Martinsburg.
You don't see Velatambi get sacked too many times as a last resort blocker, and Kylan Grace is hard to beat.
Well, he's got the courage to stand in that pocket, and he did that time, and then the timing just wasn't there. And Martinsburg finally got to him. That was a loss of about 6 yards. It's 3rd down and 12. Ball back at Martinsburg's 47. Velatambi got him to jump off sides. He'll get 5 of it back here with 1:18 to go in the first half. Hurricanes got a 17-14 lead. And Velatambi trying to engineer another scoring drive before the half to extend the lead. Hurricane owned the first half of this game and actually led this game 17-0 at one point. Martinsburg in the second quarter was able to come back on a couple of drives engineered by Coy Fagan. He scored both touchdowns, and it looked like they were heading for a 3rd until he threw an interception that stopped the scoring drive for Martinsburg. And that's where we are now with 1:18 to go in the first half, and Hurricane is going to face 3rd down and 7 at Martinsburg's 42.
And boy, what a game this has been just through 2 quarters of play. A lot of talk about Spring Mills Martinsburg a couple of weeks ago, 1 versus 2. 17-12 was your final, a great high school football game, but here we are, 17-14 before we go to the locker room, and it's 1 versus 4.
If you're Hurricane, you certainly want to score, but you also don't want to give Martinsburg the ball back, so you take your time here, I would think. And Donnie Mays is trying to convey what he wants to do to the team, and they are not getting the message, so Hurricane's going to take a timeout. Timeout on the field with 1 minute to go. We'll keep it right here. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the amazing plays we have seen in this game. Obviously, that Kyrie Bunny interception was one of them that set up Martinsburg's last drive, which ended on another amazing interception at the other end of the field when there was a tip ball by Jaden Smith that was hauled in by Sean Legros. Legros started the year defensively with that 90-yard pick six against Huntington. Remember that one?
Oh, yes,
I think that was the first time we called his name, and he's had quite a year defensively.
Yeah, Legros, I mean, kind of a big play ball game player. He's been, you don't call his name a whole lot because he's not making a ton of tackles in that safety position, but when he needs to make a big play and fire up the sideline, he can do it. I believe he has a kick return touchdown on the year as well.
He does.
And he can be fast when his number is called.
So here we go, 3rd down and 7. Minute to go here in the first half. Hurricanes got a 17-14 lead. Velatombi brings his team to the line. He's got Grace to his right. The snap, they hand it, and they fake the handoff to Grace. And Velatombi was going to keep it, but he wound up boxed in and couldn't go anywhere. He loses 2, and now it's going to be 4th down, and I think Martinsburg's going to take a timeout to force them to kick it with 49 seconds to go.
Yeah, you better be careful right here. It looks like Velatombi wanted to run that after faking the throw, being a little conservative, trying to, wind down the clock a little bit, maybe gain a couple yards and set yourself up if you can get a block, but not what you wanted right there. Like you said, got boxed in. And now with that timeout, stopping the clock at 49.7.
Those were the kind of mistakes we were talking about in the first half. You have to play mistake-free football if you're Hurricane and want a chance to beat the number 1 team in the state, because Martinsburg thrives on this. They're just waiting on you to get complacent, to get a little bit soft and make 1 or 2 mistakes, and then suddenly they got you. So far, Hurricane has not made too many mistakes, but that series of plays right there was an opportunity to go for the throat, and they couldn't complete the job.
Yeah, and that interception by Sean Legros, your back's against the wall over the last 2-3 drives, and you make a big play, and you're able to get the ball, move the ball down, march, and get 30 or 40, and then it stalls right there, and then Martinsburg able to utilize their timeouts in the right way. And be careful right here. Coy Fagan can get down the field quick.
Well, it looks like Hurricane with the ball on Martinsburg's 44-yard line, 4th down and 9. They did not send Seth Casto out there. Velatombi lines him up. He's got 5 receivers. He's all alone back there in the backfield. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Velatombi takes the snap, drops back, throws to the near sideline. Ball is batted down. Coming in there and making a play for Martinsburg was Frankie Urias. Jumped up, knocked the ball down, and incomplete. Ball goes over to Martinsburg. They'll have 46 seconds, and they will scrimmage from their own 44-yard line. That was the mistake you didn't want to make.
That's a phenomenal play by Frankie Urias to get off the block on the edge and just put the hand up and get a piece of the football. Now you have the ball at your own 44 right near the Hurricane Redskin logo instead of maybe your own 20 if it's a good, lucky punt inside your own 10.
Here's Fagan. Takes the snap, drops back, throws over to the right side. It is caught by Kyrie Bunny. Right about a 9-yard pickup. He tried to roll out of bounds, but he didn't get out in time. It's an 8-yard pickup, actually. 2nd down and 2. Clock at 35 seconds. Fagan takes it, spikes it. And that will stop the clock at 32 seconds for the Bulldogs. So Bunny wanted to get out of bounds over there, but he went down too quickly. He tried to roll it out of bounds. He could have gotten away with that in the NFL. He couldn't do that here.
Yeah, we'll see how the arm is utilized. 32 seconds to go. If you can get a block, maybe you can run a quick run play and spike the football, but we'll see how the arm of Coy Fagan is utilized.
Here's Fagan. Throws it down. It is complete, and he steps out of bounds. Bunny again, this time got the first down. Inside of Hurricane's 40-yard line to the 39. Kyrie Bunny with another catch, and in 26 seconds left on the clock.
And you're seeing the college-style offense. They know how to run a 1-2-minute offense to perfection. Get a couple of positive plays and then start working the sidelines.
1st and 10 from Martinsburg. Hurricane needs to come up with a stop right here. Their defense has been stellar in the first half. Fagan keeping it all the way. Quarterback keep right into the teeth of that Hurricane defense. And they are right there, and I think Martinsburg is going to take a timeout to stop the clock with 21 seconds. And that was Martinsburg's last timeout. So Fagan takes it ahead for about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7 when they resume. Coming up at halftime, our Parmar Stores halftime report. Aaron will tell you the scores of all the games that are happening around the region tonight. After our game tonight, our broadcast Here, when it is complete, we will go to Morgantown. Dave Jecklin and Fred Persinger with Metro News Game Night. And we should know by the end of the night what the playoff picture looks like for high school football in the first round next week. Obviously, both Hurricane and Martinsburg are going to be in. In fact, everybody in Class Quad A is in because there are only 16 teams. But for AAA, AA, and Single A, there will be a bit of a drama tonight as several must-wins are in there. We'll find all that out tonight on Metro News Game Night. 2nd down and 7, 21 seconds to go. Fagan ready to go. Drops back, throws. Man is there. It is complete. Knocked out of bounds. That's Brian Dick hauling in the pass. He's got it for a first down. Goes out of bounds with 16 seconds to go at the Hurricane 25-yard line.
You're seeing it again, Chris, just working the sideline to perfection. You just need a little bit of space in the one-on-one, and Coy Fagan just quickly deliver the ball. Don't wait too long in the pocket. Get it out to the open receiver and move the sticks.
Hurricane trying to get another stop right here. Another interception would certainly be helpful. Fagan throws another quick out. It is complete to Bunny. Bunny takes it out of bounds, stops the clock. 10 seconds to go. And now Martinsburg is down there in scoring position.
It almost looks too easy for Martinsburg right now. They haven't been able to win a whole lot of one-on-ones down the field, but when it's short, intermediate, quick routes on the side, they've been able to get the space they need on Noshawn Hampton on the right side.
Ball at the 14-yard line, 1st down and 10. And I think they're having a conference about how much time should be on the clock. Yeah, they're saying put a second back on there, 11.5. Martinsburg trails 17-14, but doing their best here to try and take the lead before the half. It has been a whale of a ball game so far. Hurricanes defense trying their darndest to keep Martinsburg out of the end zone. Fagan. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. He's got 1 man in the backfield as a sidecar to the right. The snap. Fagan drops back. Pressure comes. Throws into the end zone. Overthrows everybody and throws it out the back of the end zone. Incomplete. There's 6 seconds to go. So if you're Dave Walker, do you continue to try to go to the well here, or do you send your kicker in there and try to get a field goal?
I think the way they've been running the sidelines on the right side, you run a quick play, give you 2 or 3 seconds to get really close to the end zone.
Here we go. 2nd and 10. They're going to go for it. Fagan drops back. Here comes the pressure again. Throws across the middle. It is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Flag comes in. Kyrie Bunny couldn't haul it in, and now they're going to call interference on Hurricane in the end zone with 0.9 seconds left on the clock.
Ooh.
0.9 seconds.
Looked like Bunny had a half of a step there. I thought he was going to come down with that one. We'll check the replay to see if he got there early.
Well, it doesn't matter if he got there early or not. The official said he did, and that's all that matters.
That was bang, bang.
It was.
Looks like he got the arm over. Bang, bang. Good step-for-step coverage with Noshawn Hampton, but at the last second kind of looked like he reached in, and that'll get you the PI every time.
0.9 seconds to go, and now I think they're going to bring in the field goal unit and try it. With 0.9 seconds, they feel like they got a gift there. So Martinsburg is going to send their kicker, Sam Collins, out there to attempt a 24-yard field goal. Collins lines up for it. The snap, kick in the air, and that field goal is good. We got ourselves a tie ball game at halftime. 17-17, number 1 Martinsburg and number 4 Hurricane. Coming up, the Parmar Stores halftime report with Aaron Parker here on 580 WCHS, the voice of Charleston.
Virginia's largest restoration company is now in the heart of the Mountain State. With a location in Charleston, joining our branches in Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh, we'll be there to help when you need it most. Our expert team and state-of-the-art equipment is ready to serve the Kanawha Valley 24 hours a day. From water damage to fire restoration, when disaster strikes your home or business, tell your insurance provider you prefer the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
PCB is a long-standing partner in our community. We're your neighbors, your teammates, and your friends. And we want to be your banker. We're a team of experienced professionals focused on the personal, residential, and business needs of our community. We make decisions locally, quickly, and with your best interest in mind. We care about you, your family, your business, and your goals. We're PCB, a proud community bank. Open an account with us today.
We have the skill set internally to take almost any project from a concept all the way through to completion. We don't manufacture widgets. We do things that make a huge impact to society, so we take what we do very, very seriously.
Our score here in Putnam County, we've got a good one. Hurricane 17, Martinsburg 17. Let's recap the first half of scoring. In the first quarter, it was all Hurricane. They punched the Bulldogs in the mouth. The first drive of the game, a big touchdown drive, and it's a 4-yard touchdown for the running back, Kylan Grace. The very next drive, after a 3-and-out forced by the Hurricane defense, the Hurricane offense shows up. It's no Sean Hampton, wide receiver number 4 on the depth chart. Noah Velatami connects with him for a 46-yard strike. That made it a 14-0 Redskin lead, and they get another 3-and-out. They march down the field. They settle for a 3. It's a 25-yard field goal, the second of the season for Seth Casto. And here come the Bulldogs right before the first quarter comes to a close. It was a 17-0 lead for the Redskins. It is erased. We sit at 17-17. The first touchdown of the night was Coy Fagan, the quarterback, running it in himself from 4 yards away. Now we move to the second quarter. 17-7 Hurricane leads after 1, but it's Coy Fagan again leading a touchdown drive and doing it himself again, this time from 1 yard away. After a couple of wild plays, Hurricane throws an interception. Martinsburg gets a stop on 4th down with under a minute to go. They march down the field, a quick 1-minute offense, and they'll settle for 3 with a 24-yard kick by Sam Collins at the horn. That brings us to where we are now. Our halftime score, Hurricane 17, the Martinsburg Bulldogs 17. Coming up, we'll check scores from other games across the region. This is the Parmar Stores halftime report on 580 WCHS, the voice of Charleston.
Micah Daniels from Huntington, West Virginia. I'm at Bridge Valley and I'm working on earning an associate's degree in manufacturing. Jumpstart is a career savings program for skilled workers. You know, with blue-collar work, you always need money for tools. So with that Jumpstart program, I can rest easy. New sets of tools need to be bought. I'm good.
The Jumpstart Savings Program is celebrating skilled workers and offers state tax advantages while you save for future expenses. Find out if a Jumpstart Savings account is right for you. Take the quiz today.
Kick off the season with unbeatable deals at Dan Cava GMC. Show up to game day in style with an all-new GMC Sierra truck. Catch a good deal on our wide selection of GMC Canyons. And don't miss out on these game-changing offers on our GMC Acadias. From game day to every day, we have a vehicle that fits your needs. So score big at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
We could all use a little more time outdoors with a fresh fall escape to West Virginia.
Huntington has been number 2 from the beginning of the year. They stay number 2. They're hosting Lindsley from out of state. They're up 17-6 late in the second quarter. University over in Morgantown, the Hawks lead Oak Hill of AAA 20-6 at the break. Oak Hill number 5 in Class AAA. George Washington coming off a loss last week here at Hurricane, playing the Redskins tight but losing it later in the game. They're scoreless right now with Woodrow Wilson on the road in Beckley. That game in the second quarter. Musselman has struggled this season. They're ranked number 13 in Quad A. They traveled to Stadium Field, and they're trailing the Big Reds of Parkersburg 14-0. Parkersburg, an up-and-down season. They lost a lot from last season's playoff team that came into Hurricane and took down the Redskins. That game is at half. Cabell Midland, a young team that's had their share of struggles this year. Also sharing their struggles is Riverside. Riverside taking on Midland in Ona, and the Knights lead 14-0 at half. Moving to AAA of Quad A, Parkersburg South, they go down to Princeton. Princeton has had quite the season. The Tigers, a big season last year, almost making it to Wheeling. They lead Quad A, Parkersburg South 14-6. That game early in the first quarter. Herbert Hoover undefeated this season. The Huskies in Clendenin have been phenomenal this season. They make the big drive to Weir, and they are up 28-0 in the second quarter. Not many close games for the Huskies this year. Greenbrier East has had their share of struggles as well. They're hosting Nitro. Nitro making the 2 or 3 hour trek down there. Number 6, Nitro leading 14-0. That game early in the first quarter. The Wildcats looking to position themselves for a good playoff run. Spring Valley, number 7 in AAA. They're having a little bit more struggles than many would think at St. Albans. They're up 21-7. St. Albans getting a touchdown in the first half, second quarter of that game for Spring Valley and St. Albans. Winfield on the road at Point Pleasant. That game early in the first quarter, 0-0 between the Big Blacks and the Generals. South Charleston and Capital, an old rivalry right there. That game scoreless in the first quarter. Moving to AA, number 10 Ripley going on the road to number 2 Roane County. Always a tough test in Roane County. Roane County leads 21-0 in the second quarter. Number 8 Scott, the Skyhawks have a 3-0 lead over number 3 Williamstown in the second quarter. We'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as the game moves forward. Number 8 Sherman up 22-0 at number 4 Polka over on the other side of Putnam County. That game in the second quarter. Winless Sissonville has 21 points at number 10 Wayne, but Wayne, the Pioneer offense has been phenomenal. They're up 38-21 just in the second quarter. We'll see how Sissonville fares in the second half. Number 11 Clay County and Braxton County scoreless early in the first quarter. Braxton County struggling with a 1-8 record this year. They're at home in Flatwoods, but no score right there. Midland Trail on the road at Lincoln County. Lincoln County up 13-6 that game in the second quarter. And Mingo Central and Logan in the first quarter. The Miners and the Wildcats have no score. Our halftime score here, Hurricane 17, Martinsburg 17 as well. Still to come, a preview of college football for tomorrow. This is the Par-Mar Store's halftime report on 580 WCHS, the voice of Charleston.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
Disasters happen. Pick the team that takes care of them all. Powered by offices in Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration is ready to handle any size emergency at a moment's notice. We have the right people, knowledge, and equipment to respond 24 hours a day.
I'm Neil Brown. When disaster strikes your home or business, tell your insurance provider you prefer the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
We welcome you back to Redskins Stadium. At the half, it's Hurricane 17, number 1 Martinsburg 17 as well. The Mountaineers are on the road tomorrow facing old Big East foe and current Big 12 Conference mate Cincinnati. Kyle Wiggs takes a look at the matchup. WCHS at 9 o'clock. Kickoff set for noon. Marshall is in Hattiesburg, Mississippi to face a struggling 1-7 Southern Mississippi team. Lost this season. They keep pushing the right buttons, and they are at Georgia Tech in Atlanta tomorrow. 1-7 Purdue struggling are the Boilermakers, and they will go to the shoe tomorrow in Columbus to face Ohio State, sitting with a 7-1 record. Dabo Swinney and the number 19 Clemson Tigers are in Lane Stadium in Blacksburg, taking on Cayenne Drones and the 4-3 Virginia Tech Hokies. They've been up and down this season. We'll see how Enter Sandman helps the home crowd. Number 2, Georgia at number 16, Ole Miss. A good one there in Oxford, Mississippi tomorrow. Jackson Dart has thrown for 3,200 yards and 21 touchdowns this season. We'll see how he can do against the Bulldog defense. Number 17, Iowa State is at Kansas. Kansas has struggled this season with a 2-6 record. Iowa State coming off their lone loss of the season. They gave up one at home to unranked Texas Tech. Michigan's on the road in Bloomington, Indiana, facing the Hoosiers. Kirk Signetti has the Hoosiers rolling. They're number 8 in the country. Deion Sanders is led number 21, ranked Colorado Buffaloes. They're in Red Raider land. Red Raiders high off their win against Iowa State in Texas Tech. South Carolina up and down this season is Frank Beamer's team. They're on the road at number 24, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, the Commodores, still in the rankings. Diego Pavia has turned that program around in 1 year under center. Mississippi State has fallen on hard times. They're 2-7 this year, and they'll struggle tomorrow likely against number 7 Tennessee, Nico Iamaleava for the Volunteers. Maryland, Iamaleava? I've heard Iamaleava. Is that Iamaleava? I had no chance on that one. Maryland on the road at number 1, Oregon. Dan Lanning has done no wrong this season, and they've been dominant since Big Ten play started. Still weird to call them a Big Ten team. It's the Nick Saban Bowl tomorrow. Number 11, Alabama at number 14, LSU. That is College game day. And in this new 12-team playoffs, you can have 2 losses and be in the SEC and have a good trek for the playoffs, but one team will go home tomorrow with 3 losses. Florida State has 1 win on the season. They're in South Bend, taking on the number 10 Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Pitt's coming off a thrashing last week at SMU, their first loss of the season. They're back at home. They're number 23 in the nation, facing Virginia. Washington's on the road at Penn State. Penn State number 6 coming off a heartbreaker last week against Ohio State. And it's the Holy War tomorrow night, starting a late start, I believe, after 10 o'clock tomorrow. BYU is without a loss this season. They're number 9. They are taking on their rival Utah. Utah has had some injuries, and they are struggling right now, but you never know with that rivalry game. Our halftime score here from Hurricane, the Redskins 17, Martinsburg Bulldogs 17. Coming up, a check of news from the 580 WCHS radio newsroom. This is the Parmar Stores halftime report on 580 WCHS, the voice of Charleston.
Big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
My name is Lizzie Hess, and I am a cosmetologist in Tays Valley, West Virginia. The Jumpstart Savings Program is a career savings account, and it just helps to save money so that you can invest in yourself or invest in products that you would need with whatever technical career you're currently in.
The Jumpstart Savings Program is celebrating skilled workers and offers state tax advantages while you save for future expenses.
Having funds to be able to supply anything that I need is awesome.
Find out if a Jumpstart Savings account is right for you. Take the quiz today.
Where is home? Home is where we live, work, and play. It's in the small, quiet moments and the memories we capture. For 35 years, we've been here with you, building home together.
Looking for a path to success in service? The West Virginia Army National Guard offers unmatched opportunities. Earn your degree with up to 100% tuition assistance while gaining invaluable leadership skills. Join a team dedicated to community, state, and country. The West Virginia Army National Guard, where your future starts today. Visit nationalguard.com WV to learn more. We guard West Virginia.
Virginia's largest restoration company is now in the heart of the Mountain State. With a location in Charleston, joining our branches in Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh, we'll be there to help when you need it most. Our expert team and state-of-the-art equipment is ready to serve the Kanawha Valley 24 hours a day. From water damage to fire restoration, when disaster strikes your home or business, tell your insurance provider you prefer the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
PCB is a long-standing partner in our community. We're your neighbors, your teammates, and your friends. And we want to be your banker. We're a team of experienced professionals focused on the personal, residential, and business needs of our community. We make decisions locally, quickly, and with your best interest in mind. We care about you, your family, your business, and your goals. We're PCB, a proud community bank. Open an account with us today.
We have the skill set internally to take almost any project from a concept all the way through to completion. We don't manufacture widgets. We do things that make a huge impact to society, so we take what we do very, very seriously. There's a great sense of satisfaction and accomplishment that you really contributed to society, really did your part to make where you are from a better place than it was before you came there.
With the right support and care, a seed can grow into a resilient plant. Recovery takes patience, intention, and a willingness to listen. Every path is different, and every story of substance use is an opportunity for transformation. When it comes to growing and restoring our communities, we need everyone to break through addiction. Learn more at backtolifewv.org.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
These two teams have played to a halftime tie. Now, we noticed in the first half that we have not seen Noah Velatambi take off very often. I was talking to some folks who said he actually suffered an injury that you guys, in the game you guys called last week against GW, and while it did not appear to be serious in that game, apparently it has hampered his ability this week. And he's not hitting on all cylinders out there, and that might be why we've not seen him take off. Now, Martinsburg's probably figured that out by now, and it, they may key on him and test and see if he can jump out there, because we saw him take the one. He took off the one time and he slid instead of trying to avoid the tackle, because he doesn't usually avoid contact, but that might be exactly why. So we'll find out pretty soon here if that's if Velatambi can get mobile, because they certainly need him to be mobile. They need all of their bullets in the chamber if they're going to beat Martinsburg here, because as we said in the pregame, this is a Martinsburg team that does not quit.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to click on all cylinders like you were in the first quarter. The Jaden Smiths, no Sean Hamptons of the world are not going to be able to, likely not going to be able to get space time after time after time. Jolly Burnett has had really no looks tonight. And neither has Shuey Campton, except for the one that was picked off.
And that was a freak play.
It was. So you're going to need all your guns. Yeah. And when Noah Velatambi can't run, you're lucky you're going into half with a tie ball game.
All right, so Tyshawn Dews is deep to receive the kick from Martinsburg's Sam Collins. Also found out at the half, we told you that probably by the end of the night on Metro News Game Night they would have the playoff scenario. That may not be the case. Lawyers have gotten involved, is what Fred tells me, so they'll have more about that coming up on the Metro News Game Night show following our broadcast here tonight. Second half kickoff is in the air and through the end zone, and that'll be a touchback as Hurricane will start this drive at their own 20-yard line, 17 apiece. Wayne Ryan from the SSAC will be on with Fred this evening, and they will talk extensively about that situation.
Yeah, I thought you were joking at first.
No.
Lawyers were getting involved.
I'm not.
I thought you were talking about Mr. Fred Persinger there.
No, apparently there are some court injunctions that may impact the postseason that came in today. So, yeah, there will be conversations about that tonight on Metro News Game Night. Fred and Dave will have that story along with all of the scores from across high school football. Velatambi, twin receivers left and one to the right. The snap, he handles it, throws it across the middle. Wounded duck, nearly intercepted. Velatambi that time had a hard time handling the snap that was a little bit out of his grasp. And then as he was about to get hit, just kind of threw a wounded duck up in the air there and was very lucky that didn't get picked off.
Yeah, very lucky indeed. We've seen some snap issues, some carelessness on the snap or the exchange or the catch, what it may be. But that's a dangerous throw right there.
Second down and 10. Velatambi gives it to Colin Grace. Grace following McGrew, the blocker, but not much there. He picks up a couple of yards. And that Martinsburg defense right there to meet him and shove him backwards.
Yeah, and Donnie Mays likes to run Kylan Grace right behind Rhett McGrew. Rhett McGrew, such a physical tight end that is a great block first and a pretty good catch second tight end, but didn't really get much movement or push right there. Kylan Grace really had nowhere to go.
So it brings up 3rd down and about 8. Ball at the Hurricane 22-yard line. 17-17 is our score. We're just underway in the 3rd quarter. Grace a sidecar to the right this time. Velatambi shotgun, twin receivers left, one to the right. The fake, throw downfield. That pass is going to be nearly picked off. Intended over there for Jolly Burnett. And coming in defensively that time was Braden Miller, who almost had himself a pick.
And Braden Miller should have had that one right there. He wants that back. Made the good play, stuck on Jolly Burnett. And like we've said, Jolly Burnett, over 250 yards receiving with 7 touchdowns over his last 2. Now the opponent's stepping up, and he has been quiet tonight.
So 3 and out for Hurricane as Casto is on to punt. And Miller is deep to receive. Kick in the air. Miller's going to take it at his own 43. Can't handle it and has to jump back on it. He gave up about 5 yards, but he at least maintained possession. Tried to haul it in and couldn't. And he got very fortunate that he was able to jump on it before the Hurricane coverage got there. Pushed it all the way back inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. That's where Martinsburg will begin with 10:55 to go in the 3rd period.
And Miller's going to be frustrated with himself with those last 2 plays, but he had enough space right there, did what he was coached to do. The ball didn't bounce too funny, and he jumped right in front of it and got it before any black jerseys got there.
Coy Fagan sets him down. He's got twin receivers either way. Now he brings a man in motion to the right, and flags fly, play blown dead before it even gets started. It looked like that time Fagan wanted to go to Boston Todd on the jet sweep. They've had some success there. But Martinsburg, very uncharacteristically, has had their share of penalties tonight, and that was another one. Marches them back 5 yards, and it'll be 1st down and 15 for the Bulldogs.
This is going to be a huge drive for both squads, a huge start for Hurricane to start the game. Who comes out punching in the second half?
Now they fake the jet sweep. Coy Fagan turns around, comes back the other way against the grain, and comes to the near sideline and is finally knocked out of bounds as he gets up to the 45-yard line. Fagan does not give up. It looked like he was just going to run out of bounds. He stopped right there at the white line and continued to engage and picked up another 5 yards.
Yeah, and as the defender, you're at the mercy of the quarterback because they like to protect the quarterback. You can't take any late shots on the quarterback, as you're not allowed to, and you shouldn't be allowed to. But when you have such a deceptive player as Fagan, it's hard to play that defensive back position.
I saw Michael Vick do that to the Mountaineers one night and just broke their back. Handoff. That's going to be Brian Dick. He's got close to 1st down yardage if they give him his forward progress. Hurricane drives him backwards. Ethan Chill in there on the stop. Also in there to help him out was Devon Short.
With that Michael Vick play being 99 right before they got that kick, and Vick ran it about 40 yards down the sideline.
That would be the one.
Ooh.
I was actually in the airplane when that happened, looking down from the airplane. I was doing the traffic that night. Yeah, that was not a pleasant evening. It was
Sorry for the bad memories, Mountaineer fans.
Heartbreaker there. The snap. Fagan hands it off to Dick. Dick right up the middle. He's got a 1st down into Hurricane territory inside the 40-yard line and down to about the 37. Brian Dick with just a counter play and right up the middle. Great blocking, and he found a seam.
Brian Dick, a really good runner, a physical runner at 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. You know, he's got a lot of speed for somebody 6 foot tall. A lot of the good running backs we've seen this season, even from GW and Huntington, really good backs. They're sitting at around 5'8", 5'9". Brian Dick, physical.
Fagan brings him to the line. He's got Bunny split to the left. Rolls to his right. Looking downfield. Fagan got his man out there. It is complete inside the 30-yard line. Boston Todd hauls that one in and will be very close to the 1st down. Tie ball game, 17-17. Martinsburg has been threatening to take the lead for about a quarter now, but so far Hurricanes defense has found a way to keep them out of the end zone. Keep them from doing that, but they did get enough there for the 1st down. And here come the Bulldogs. Fagan, quarterback keeper, right side, stumbles at the 25, goes down to about the 22-yard line. Coy Fagan on the quarterback keep. Man, he is just so quick.
I was just about to say that. Every time he gets the ball on the line, when you run, it's not a wildcat, obviously, but when you run that, hey, I'm the quarterback, I am going to run it to the left or right, usually you have to go off the blocks, and he seems like it seems like he snaps the ball and everybody has a 1 second delay.
It's like everybody else is running in slow motion. I mean, he blink of an eye, and he's got 5 or 6 yards before you can blink your eyes. Fagan, 2nd down and 4, hands it to Dick. Dick inside the 20. He gets hit, wrapped up, and I think the Redskins are going to stop him just shy of the first down marker. Brian Dick with the carry that time.
Looks like a big hit there. Was that Kylan Grace that got the hat right into the chest of Dick? Looks like there might be injury.
Somebody might be hurt on that play.
It was Sharik Hampton.
It was Hampton, but they have unpiled. Now they're still. Yeah, they got a couple of guys that are literally. I think their uniforms literally were tied up. We've got 2 helmets that literally got stuck together for Martinsburg. Big Brady Breeden's helmet got hung up in the shoulder pads of one of the Hurricane players. I didn't see who it was. They literally had to take his helmet off and unhook it from the other player. I've never seen that. 3rd down and 1 for Martinsburg. Fagan out of the shotgun. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right, and he's got Dick, who he moves from his left to his right as a sidecar. The snap, and did they take too long? No, they didn't take too long, but whistles blow the play dead.
Not what you want on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 1.5 right there.
Flags fly, and it's going to be against Martinsburg. There was movement. So instead of 3rd down and 1, now it's 3rd down and 6 for the Bulldogs. And for Hurricanes defense, an opportunity to pin your ears back and try to contain Fagan, because I would almost bet that he's going to take this one himself.
Head coach Dave Walker can't be too thrilled with these penalties and the lack of discipline. The 9-time champion is not used to seeing undisciplined play.
Send Dick in motion. Fagan keeps it right up the middle. He's got the first down inside the 20, and he's finally ridden down close to the 16-yard line. Coy Fagan, as good as advertised, boy, he is quick. 7:59 on a winding third quarter clock. 17-17 is our score. Martinsburg on their first drive of the second half, trying to take their first lead of the night. Fagan takes it, hands it off to Dick. Dick is hit from behind, squirts out of 1 tackle, moves it inside the 10, down to about the 6-yard line goes Brian Dick. And I think that will be enough for a first down.
A really good run right there, and you almost know the run's coming, whether it be Dick or Fagan. 2 physical runners, and when you have a physicality paired with the speed of Fagan, it's hard to stop, even if you know it's coming.
Twin receivers either way for Fagan. Ball at the Hurricane 6-yard line, 1st and goal. Fagan going to the right, keeping it himself. He's going to be turned back inside, goes against the grain inside the 5, and dances into the end zone. Touchdown, Martinsburg. Coy Fagan got some pressure as he tried to turn the right side, cut it back against the grain, and went into the end zone. And Martinsburg has their first lead of the night, but there is an injured Bulldog down on the field over on the right side. Looks like one of their big linemen as they attend to him. And it looks like he's up. And that big lineman that was down was Cade Marshall, walking off under his own power. Physical ball game. Both these teams are going to be sore in the morning. But with that touchdown from Coy Fagan, Martinsburg takes their first lead of the night at 23-17 with 7:23 to go. And here comes Sam Collins to attempt the extra point. There's the snap. Kick is in the air, and the kick is good. Martinsburg takes the lead with 7:23 to go in the third period. 24-17. You're listening to high school football on the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
Welcome back to Hurricane. 7:23 to go in the third quarter. Martinsburg takes their first lead of the day against Hurricane. 24-17 is your score. A 9-play, 62-yard drive by the Bulldogs. A 6-yard touchdown run, the third of the game by Coy Fagan. Good luck stopping that quarterback.
Tyshawn Dews deep to take this kickoff. Kick is in the air, and it's going to come down into the end zone, and it will be unreturnable. So you were telling me a moment ago you thought you saw Jaden Smith in street clothes on the sideline. Is that what you said?
If I'm not mistaken, right before Coy Fagan took in that touchdown, I believe 2 plays before the touchdown, saw 1 and a 2 on the black jersey and no pads on, no jersey, no helmets. He went back off the sidelines, didn't see where he went as play resumed.
Well, he is not out there now.
No, he's not. And I think Hurricane really needs to start relying on Shalik Hampton and Jolly Burnett to start winning their 1v1s, because if Noah Velatami truly is playing at 70 or 80% and he's not comfortable with scrambling, you've got to throw it downfield.
Twin receivers either way. Screen pass to Hampton. He's got it, but he's immediately dropped. Coming up with the stop that time from Martinsburg, Ty Ricketts. As soon as Hampton went up and caught it, Ricketts got him by the ankles or by the waist and spun him into the ground. No gain on the play.
And we've seen the screenplay work to Shalik Hampton a couple of times this year, but it's really a play made for Tyshawn Dews, and when there's no space right there, I think Velatami needs to go through his progressions if he had time.
Twin receivers either way. McGrew in the slot to the right. Fakes the handoff. Throw downfield. There's Dews. Incomplete. Dews over on the far sideline in double coverage. Stopped. Jumped. Couldn't haul it in.
We've seen that twice now. He made the catch on a big play before, but going downfield 1v1 with Tyshawn Dews in the defensive back, the ball underthrown a little bit on the left side, and he has to stop and kind of not come back to it, but just kind of wait on it, and it went through his hands right there.
3rd down and 10 for the Redskins. The snap, fakes the handoff. Velatami near sideline, and he throws it wide. Intended for Shalik Hampton. No chance on that one, and Hurricane again. Their second possession of the second half is going to result again in a second 3 and out.
Yeah, again, not really winning your one-on-ones. Shalik Hampton, the 6'3" presence that's been so dominant this year, didn't really get much space on that one. Had a little bit of space, but if he would have caught it, would have been right on the sideline, gaining about 4 or 5 yards. Not enough right there.
Miller deep to receive for Martinsburg as Castro prepares to punt. Kick in the air, nearly blocked, but he got it away. Bounces, takes a Martinsburg roll, and has actually downed right about the 50-yard line. It looked like it hit in Martinsburg territory and then rolled back into Hurricane territory.
Looked like the referees might have spotted around the Hurricane 48 or 49. Either way.
46, I think, is where they're going to spot it, which is where it should have been because they tried to
volley it back,
sweep it back upfield. Yeah, that didn't work out too well for them. So they will start, Martinsburg will start this drive with a short field in Hurricane territory. Ball spotted at Hurricanes 46. It's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 6:34 to go in the third period, and they've got a 24-17 lead. And this is where, Martinsburg makes their money right here.
And does the defense bend or do they break? What happens right here? You got to get a stop.
Coy Fagan out of the shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Dick, throws it over to the right side. It is complete to Bunny. Bunny is going to be hit immediately after catching it, but is going to be very close to that first down marker. Looks like a pickup of about 10 for Kyrie Bunny.
And Kyrie Bunny's been so good this year, and today it's not been a whole lot of going downfield and being a burner. It's been a lot of one-on-ones with no Sean Hampton, and when he creates space is when he just gets one-on-one coverage and stops around 4 or 5 yards down the field, and he'll get another 3 or 4 after the catch.
10 yards on the pass and catch, 1st and 10 Martinsburg. Clock inside of 6 minutes here in the third period. Bulldogs got a 24-17 lead and trying to build on that. Fagan takes it, hands it to Dick. Dick's going to be hit, but finds his way through that Hurricane defense and drives it all the way down to the 30-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 7 yards.
We got a flag.
And there's a flag after the play further downfield, and that's going to be for something that had nothing to do with the play at all.
Yeah, Jay Sean dirting for Martinsburg and Jolly Burnett going at it 1v1 after the play, and Burnett just doing a little bit too much right there, and he'll get flagged 15 yards.
Either that or it'll be offsetting. Let's see what the call is. Yep, that is going to be on Jolly Burnett, a personal foul. After it, half the distance to the goal, takes the ball to the 15-yard line. And you sure don't need to give Martinsburg anything.
No, you don't. Now 5:30 to go in this third quarter. This could be a back-breaking sequence for the Redskins.
There comes Fagan to the line. Brings a man in motion right to left. Snap. Drops back, flags fly, play is blown dead. Coming in motion that time was Boston Todd. And they're going to flag one of the linemen for moving.
He doesn't like that.
He didn't like it, and his fellow linemen are all over him about it. A lot of jawing going on up there, up front there on all sides. It's an emotional game, man.
And with Jaden Smith out, put Jolly Burnett at the corner for each play, each rep. When does he get punished?
Here comes Fagan. Hands it to Dick. Nope, it's a reverse. Coming back the other way. That's going to be Todd. And Todd takes it down inside the 10-yard line. Good job that time defensively, just hanging on to Todd and not letting him get away. That was one of the things that Donnie Mays stressed was if you can't make the tackle, at least get your hand on him and make sure you hang on long enough for a teammate to get there and help you out.
And Martinsburg is good enough with the normal playbook, the normal runs to the left, right, or follow your inside blockers, go up the middle. And when you run a little reverse like that, things could get interesting.
Ball at the 7, 2nd down and 3. 2nd down and 4, excuse me. Fagan. He's got Dick as the sidecar to the left. The snap. Hands it to Dick. Dick fell down. Tried to make a cut right at the line of scrimmage, falls and loses a yard. It'll be 3rd down from the 10-yard line and 5 yards to go. Clock winding at 4:31.
If you're the Hurricane defense, you're likely getting a dose of Coy Fagan right here. It could be Dick. Dick stays out there, and if it's 4th and short, then you're likely going to get Fagan. But I prepared to go at number 3 right here and go 1 versus 1 with his quickness.
He will probably try to go against the grain and get that outside seam. He's done that so often this evening. Fagan takes it, drops back, fakes it. Now he's going to keep it, go right up the middle, going to the right, inside the 10, down to the 5. He's hit and dropped inside the 5-yard line, but Coy Fagan on the scramble picks up a 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal for Martinsburg right at Hurricanes' 2-yard line.
Devin Short coming off the edge, looking like he had a step there. But trying to get to Fagan, looked like it maybe got a jersey pull right there. Could not get to the quarterback, and it's so hard to get to Fagan and disrupt him at all when he escapes the pocket.
1st and goal for Martinsburg from the 2 of Hurricane. Fagan brings his team to the line. He's going to go under center this time. The snap. Handoff, Dick easily into the end zone, touchdown Martinsburg. Pulled the guard, got the block. And just like that, Martinsburg has extended the lead to 30-17.
Yeah, too easy right there for Brian Dick, and Dick has been underrated tonight. He's been a good runner, but it's, stealing the show, as always, is Coy Fagan, but he's a great option as well to keep the defense off balance, and that's what they did right there, and a 2-score lead for the Bulldogs.
Got to play mistake-free football against Martinsburg, and Hurricane has not done that in the second half here. The extra point in the air, it is good. Martinsburg now builds the lead with 3:28 to go in the 3rd period. 31-17 over Hurricane. You're listening to high school football on the voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
Welcome you back to Redskins Stadium here. It's been all Martinsburg, a 31-0 run. They're up 31-17, 3:28 to go in the third quarter. An 8-play, 46-yard drive. Instrumented by Coy Fagan. It's Brian Dick getting in, the running back, from 2 yards out.
Hurricanes had 2 possessions here in the second half. Both have been 3 and out. They got to get something going. Ball comes down to Dews at the 5, up over the 10, the 15 to the 20. Pushes it ahead close to the 20-yard line. Tyshawn Dews on the return. So Hurricane has absolutely got to get something here, because you do not want to go 3 and out and give it to Martinsburg again, because that'll be the ball game.
Let's see what Noah Veltami's made out of. I think you and I know what he's made out of, but for new watchers, new listeners, a big game right here, clearly not playing at 100%, does not have that dual threat ability because he really hasn't done anything dual threat tonight. Had a bit of an ankle injury last week against George Washington, and though he's a great passer, you would have already seen him run by now. 2
receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Veltami. The snap. Hand off to Grace. Grace breaks it ahead over the 30, the 35, to the 40 goes Kylan Grace. That's what the Redskins needed right there. A healthy dose of that. They can get him running downfield. That was about a 14-yard pickup to the 41-yard line, and here we go again. Hurricane playing fast. Veltami takes it, hands it off again. Not nearly as much this time for Kylan Grace. Ball comes out. Martinsburg says they have it, and they do. Grace lost the handle. Coming up with the ball for Martinsburg that time, looks like it was Xavier Pollard.
And it's so hard to go up tempo against Martinsburg, especially when Veltami can't run. You're going a big run by Kylan Grace, and you're kind of just trying to pound the rock to Kylan Grace and then maybe establish the pass. But they know it's coming, and that front from Martinsburg is the best in the state. And they strip the ball right there.
All right, 1st and 10 Martinsburg. Short field again. Fagan dropping back, looking, going for it all. Deep throw downfield. It is incomplete.
That was close right there.
Was indeed. It was intended for Bunny. He dropped it and decided he'd pay with 10 push-ups and come back and try it again.
And they're trying Noshawn Hampton constantly now at this point. Noshawn Hampton did a good job through the first 2 quarters, mainly the first quarter and a half on Bunny. But now they're exposing him right here, and they exposed him deep right there. Almost got a touchdown out of it. And we'll see how Noshawn Hampton can respond.
Flag on the play. I didn't see what the call was, but they backed him up to the 50. So Martinsburg 1st and 20 now from the 50-yard line. The snap to Fagan. Throws to the near side. A comebacker play. It is complete to Dirting. Dirting picks up a couple, and he's going to be stopped. That was that screen where he took one step, then came back toward Fagan, and then had 2 blockers in front of him. Hurricane snipped that out pretty well. About a pickup of about 5. It's 2nd down and 15 for Martinsburg.
It shows how good the offensive front for Martinsburg is. The defensive couple up front has been so good this year on the edge over the last couple of weeks, and Stephen Lusher and Ethan Chill, they've got nothing going tonight.
2:23, clock winding. Fagan hands it off, jet sweep. That's Miller coming to the other side, leaps over a defender, down inside the 40, down inside the 35. On the carry that time, Braden Miller on the jet sweep. And that's going to give Martinsburg the 3rd down and short, right at Hurricanes' 32-yard line. About 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs, who've got a 31-17 lead. Minute 53 on a winding 3rd quarter clock. Dogs are trying to extend that lead again. The snap. Hand off to Dick. Dick goes to the right side. He's got the 1st down inside the 30. Goes Brian Dick. And Martinsburg is just relentless. Remember how I told you, right when you think you got them is when they pounce? That's exactly what's happened here in the second half.
And you don't even know this. You look up, It's been 31 straight points for the Bulldogs. I know they've been the better team since the end of the first quarter. but they don't do it all at once. It's just methodically wearing you out.
Absolutely. Fakes the handoff. Fagan drops back, going for it all, throws it down the middle to Bunny. Touchdown, Martinsburg. Bunny with an amazing catch over his shoulder. And Martinsburg extends the lead to 36-17 with 1:11 to go in the third period.
And there is Bunny. And we said it earlier, when is Bunny going to get going? It's not if he's going to get going. And tonight it's been a lot of the short passes where he's beat Noshawn Hampton. This time downfield, he was due to get one down the field, ran a great route, ran past everybody, and made a great over-the-shoulder catch.
Well, Martinsburg just keeps Martinsburging. The extra point in the air. That kick for Sam Collins is good, and Martinsburg now leads it 38-17 with 1:11 to go in the third period. This is high school football on the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS. I hadn't thought about it.
PCB is a long-standing partner in our community. We're your neighbors, your teammates, and your friends. And we want to be your banker. We're a team of experienced professionals focused on the personal, residential, and business needs of our community. We make decisions locally, quickly, and with your best interest in mind. We care about you, your family, your business, and your goals. We're PCB, a proud community bank. Open an account with us today.
A 5-play drive for Martinsburg gets them into the end zone. It's a 38-0 run. They're up 38-17 here in Hurricane. 1:11 to go in the third. It's a 28-yard touchdown catch by Kyrie Bunny. Make it 15 on the year for number 0.
38 unanswered points by Martinsburg. Believe it or not, Hurricane led this game at one time 17-0. Kick in the air. Comes down to the 5-yard line. Dews up over the 10 to the 15, and he's dropped at about the 17-yard line. Tyshawn Dews with the return.
And Martinsburg really just, they'll expose you. And they didn't start out well, clearly going down 17-0, going down 14-0 in the blink of an eye. But they will expose your weakness. They will show you why they are better in that department, and they will show you why they're the better team overall.
It's a long game. And now Martinsburg is just pinning their ears back. Velatami going with that 5-wide set now out of the shotgun all alone back there, and they've got to now. They're going to have to go to the air and get some quick points. Velatami, the snap, drops back, throws, puts it in the air. Hampton cannot get to it. He led Hampton a little bit. Hampton had Bunny in coverage, stride for stride with him, but the ball was just overthrown just out of Hampton's grasp. Shalik Hampton, that is. And he's not really been able to do much of anything tonight. He has had Bunny on him, and he's been covered like a blanket.
Yeah, exactly, and Velatami's led him a couple of times too far, but that won't look good, and Hampton just really couldn't get into his full bag of speed right there because Bunny's on him. Bunny, one of the quickest on the field, if not the quickest, maybe right behind Coy Fagan. It's hard to get a step on anybody.
Here they come 5 wide, 3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right for Velatami, who's alone in the shotgun, drops back. Throws it across the middle again. This time it is caught. No, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Noshawn Hampton. I thought certain he had it. He did for a moment, but couldn't survive the contact with the ground, and the ball came out, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and long. For Hurricane in the second half, they've had 3 possessions. First 2 were a quick 3 and out. The second one included a pretty good run, but the very next play resulted in a fumble, and they have not been able to get anything going here in the second half.
Yeah, Velatami really put that one in the breadbasket there, but with stride for stride coverage, it makes it really hard to possess the ball going into the turf, and Noshawn Hampton could not keep the hands on it.
Ball at the Hurricane 18-yard line, 3rd and 10 for Velatami. Drops back, takes the snap, throws across the middle. Man is there, caught, 1st down. Coming up with the reception that time was Jolly Burnett. Burnett catches it right at the 36 and is immediately tackled. So at least they got more than a 3 and out on that one.
I believe that's first reception of the night for Jolly Burnett, who's been incredible for the Redskins over the last 3 weeks.
46 seconds to go. Velatami drops back, looks. He's going to be ripped down, and flags come flying in. My goodness gracious, he went down with one guy trying to tear his head off.
Jeez.
That'll be a personal foul.
Looks like 54 for Martinsburg. Peyton Kaufman's pumped up after the play. His helmet came off. We'll see what the flags are for.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was the fact that he had him by the
it looked like
face mask pulling his head backwards.
Just want to make sure it's not offsetting because Kaufman's helmet came off. Obviously, Velatambi looked like his head cocked back with the way he was tackled.
Well, it was clearly a face mask. They are having a long conversation about it. Yeah, that was the call against Martinsburg. That'll be a 15-yard penalty.
I think Kaufman didn't see the way his teammate tackled Velatambi. I think Kaufman was the first one there. Helmet gets ripped off, and he thinks he makes the sack.
I guess so.
Ooh.
So that moves the ball to the 50-yard line. That's a hard way to make 15 yards if you're Noah Velatambi. 37 seconds to go in the third period. Hurricanes got work to do. They trail 38-17. Velatambi, 1st and 10 at the 50. Back to his more traditional set. Twin receivers right, one to the left, and he hands it off to Gregory, and Gregory goes nowhere. Absolutely nothing there. Coming up with the stop for Martinsburg. That time, Xavier Pollard, and there was just nothing there.
Yeah, Xavier Pollard, among others, getting their hats to the ball. Pollard, the first one there, and wow. He didn't even let Gregory get a chance to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Gregory barely got the ball. A.J. Gregory, the ball carrier, loses a yard on the play, and that's going to be the final play of the third period as Hurricane has seen what was a promising game go in reverse in this quarter. Martinsburg now leads at 38-17. We got a quarter to play. We'll do it in a moment. You're listening to high school football on the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
Disasters happen. Pick the team that takes care of them all. Powered by offices in Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration is ready to handle any size emergency at a moment's notice. We have the right people, knowledge, and equipment to respond 24 hours a day.
I'm Neil Brown. When disaster strikes your home or business, tell your insurance provider you prefer the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Ready to start the fourth quarter, 38-17, Martinsburg up. Here comes Hurricane. Velatambi takes the snap, looks, throws near side, complete. Hauling it in that time was Burnett. He's going to pick up about 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 3.
Good catch on the sideline by Burnett, who's been called tonight. Second straight catch on the second straight target he's gotten. 3rd and 3. It's 4-down territory clearly. You've got to get positive yardage right here.
Ball at the Martinsburg 44. The snap. Velatambi fakes the handoff. Looks, stands in there, gets crushed. Big sack that time for Martinsburg, coming in there to make the play. Big defensive lineman Dalton Yates got to Velatambi and dropped him.
You almost like to see Kylan Grace get the football right there as the punt unit comes out for Hurricane right around the 50-yard line. You can tell Velatambi's shaken up, and
yeah,
he is not.
He's not at 100% at all.
Not at all anywhere near 100%. But 3rd and 3 right there. You're near midfield, probably 4-down territory if you can get a couple of yards. Thought they might give it in the belly of Kylan Grace right there.
And the thing of it is, if Velatambi can't go, Hurricane really doesn't have a number 2 quarterback. Here's Casto's kick. Fair catch called for and made at the 16-yard line by Martinsburg's Braden Miller. And the Bulldogs, who've got a 38-17 lead, have 10 minutes and 40 seconds to go, and we'll begin another drive.
I'd like to say for the 5-hour drive, there's more Martinsburg fans than I thought, and they've been pretty loud, especially when it was 17-0, 17-7, trying to get their unit back into the game. Did not think there would be this much orange tonight, so credit them for making the 5-hour trek down to support their children.
Well, might be doing like Joe Percato. They were taking this one in, going to spend the night here in Hurricane, then head over to Nippert Stadium tomorrow for the Mountaineer game.
In the D.C. area, how many of them are Mountaineer fans?
Well, Martinsburg is quite a few. You've heard of Hudson Cumlin, I'm sure.
Oh, Huddy Tuddy.
Yeah.
That's the best receiver I think Neil Brown has. He is quite the player, and he's got a brother named Murphy Clement on the roster too.
Yeah.
We'll see if he ever gets some playing time in Morgantown.
You know, Murphy Clement was the quarterback who lit up the Wheeling Island Stadium for about 8 touchdown passes in the state title game.
Well, Hudson caught 8 in the state title
game.
game.
Maybe that's what it was. I was trying to remember, but yeah.
He caught 8. I think he ran in. No, he totaled 8. I think he ran in a couple.
Couple of yards on the pickup from Martinsburg. Really, Fagan goes under center now, and they hand it off to Dick. Dick right side following his blockers into the open field up over the 30. Still shedding tacklers. He's got the first down and still continuing to move. Flag comes in at the very end of the play. And Dick is not an easy man to bring down.
No, he's not. I think he's been really, really good tonight. Didn't start the game off too incredibly quick because, the offense was struggling and it was all Coy Fagan, and then Fagan gets going, which opens up the lane for Dick.
He doesn't get nearly the publicity that say Fagan and Bunny do, but I tell you what, he's a hard charger when he gets that ball in his hands. So they're going to say it was a penalty on Martinsburg and back it up from the point of the foul, but that'll still be a first down for the Bulldogs at their own 30-yard line. 9:43 on a winding fourth quarter clock. Martinsburg leads at 38-17. Fagan goes under center again. Handoff. And the defense for Hurricanes right there in the middle to wrap him up. Ball carrier that time for Martinsburg, Nick Buskey. He gets about a yard. It'll be second down and 9. Martinsburg now in no hurry, just trying to whittle down the clock.
You got sophomore Dylan Whiting coming in for Hurricane with the injury to Jaden Smith, coming in probably starting the night as the number 3, coming in now as the backup when Jaden Smith hits the locker room and has to get out of the pads, and you got to put together a couple nice stops.
Now a tight formation for the Bulldogs as they're definitely in burn clock mode now. Brian Dick takes it, pushes it ahead to the 39-yard line, pickup of about 8. It'll be third down and 1 for Martinsburg. Clock continuing to roll at 8:53. Kiana with the tackle for Hurricane. Coming up after our broadcast tonight, Fred Persinger and Dave Jecklin will have Metro News Game Night. They'll have scores from all across the great state of West Virginia tonight on this final Friday night of the regular season. Playoffs start next weekend. Third and 1 from Martinsburg as Fagan goes under center again. He's got 2 men in the backfield and 1 receiver strung out to the left. Very tight, though. Fakes the handoff, gives it to the first man through, and that's going to be enough. That's Buskey on the carry, and he's got enough for the first down.
Hurricane has been so impressive this year, but here it is again, your chance against one of the big boys. They've come up short, just short against Huntington. This is the biggest boy of them all, and then DeWitt, Michigan, proved to be a pretty big one too, coming up just a touchdown short on that one. As you go into the Quad A playoffs, you're likely going to have a home game or 2 that you're supposed to win, and they likely will. How do you fare against the big dogs come maybe quarterfinals, semifinals, when you have to go up against a Huntington or maybe a Martinsburg?
Or a Spring Mills, which is now in 10th position.
Yeah.
Here comes Fagan, rolling to the right, throws downfield, man is there, incomplete. It was intended for Nick Buskey, he just threw it a little bit short and Buskey could not haul it in. So it'll be second down and 10. That stops the clock with 7:43 to go here in the game. 38-17, Martinsburg in control. Hurricane has been ineffective offensively here in the second half.
You said Spring Mills, ranked number 2 most of the season. Them and
is that not the most incredible story you've heard in high school football?
Wow.
They had to vacate, 4 wins?
I believe so.
Yeah. Martinsburg to the line, second down and 10 yards to go. Fagan under center again, tight formation, handoff, Buskey right up the middle over the 50 into Hurricane territory. He's got the first down to the Redskin 40-yard line. A 15-yard run for Nick Buskey.
And And there's another one right there. Buskey, really the third rusher tonight behind Dick and Coy Fagan, but a really, really physical, another quick, impressive runner, and he's their third option.
And Hurricane, Sean Legros now coming out of the game. He went down on the field initially, then jumped up and hobbled over to the sideline where he's being attended to. And Martinsburg is in no hurry now, just trying to milk the clock and salt away a win and get on the bus because they get a long ride home. But it's a lot better when you've won, I'm sure. Fagan goes under center. They are keeping it on the ground for sure. Fagan, hand off to Dick. Dick left side, follows his blockers. He's got the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and he's finally knocked out of bounds at about the 3. Brian Dick with a 37-yard pickup. And finally wrestled down just before he could score. And Martinsburg keeping it on the ground, just trying to burn clock. But if they're not going to tackle you, you just keep running.
Yeah, Brian Dick, wow. Showing the speed right there, obviously a big runner. We already said it, 6 foot tall. Their second option, but proving to be the talent of a number 1 option and can throw the ball if he's needed as the backup quarterback.
The handoff. Pushing forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Martinsburg. And it looks like that was Nick Buskey on the carry. And the Dogs extend that lead to 44-17.
Wow.
I told you.
It's demoralizing.
You don't want to blink, man. I have seen them do this to so many teams. They are. This is pure Martinsburg football right here. Extra point on the way. There's the kick. It's low. He missed that one. So I think he kicked the top of the ball that time, and it did not get any height on it. So no good. And with 7:01 to go in the game, Martinsburg extends the lead to 44-17. Back in a moment. This is high school football on 580 WCHS, the voice of Charleston.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
7:01 to go in the fourth quarter, 44-17. Martinsburg leads Hurricane. Hurricane took a 17-0 lead into the second quarter.
Dew's going to take it at the 7-yard line, up over the 10, 15 to the 20, pushes ahead to the 25, and on out beyond the 25-yard line. Tyshawn Dews with the return.
Check me on that. They did not take a 17-0 lead into the second, 17-7, but it's been all Martinsburg, 44 straight, and on that play, on that drive, just methodically chipping away and running the ball down the Hurricane throat. 10 plays, 80-yard drive, capped off by another touchdown scorer, and it's 2 yards out from Nick Buskey.
Yep. This game was 17-0 in the first period. By halftime, it was 17-17, and now it's 44-17. First and 10, Hurricane. New quarterback into the game. They've got Shalik Hampton back there running the football. He's up over the 30 and runs out of bounds at about the 35. Like I said, Hurricane doesn't really have a second-team quarterback, and with Velatambi out, they're having to put Shalik Hampton back there.
Yeah, you wonder about Velatambi's health right now, likely with a 44-17 deficit with 6.5 to go, just over 6.5 to go. It's just wildcat time.
He's sitting down there on the bench with his teammates. Here's Hampton pushing ahead up over the 40. You're just putting the ball into the hands of the tall, athletic dude and letting him try to make plays.
That. I mean, 6'3" and physical.
Yeah,
physical
he is.
And quick. We haven't seen it much tonight. Hasn't dominated a game in a while, but man, he can take over a game. We haven't seen him do the wildcat. But when you're trying to preserve Noah Velatambi and get him healthy before the Quad A playoffs, why not go number one all the way?
Well, you certainly don't want to get Velatambi hurt any worse because you're going to need him if you're going to make a run in the postseason. And this game is pretty much, this thing's over. So here's Hampton. Takes it. Crosses the 40 up near midfield and runs out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at 6:14.
And it's A.J. Gregory in at running back over Kylan Grace. Kylan Grace in for that play, but the first play of the drive, was A.J. Gregory.
Right.
Thought Kylan Grace might have his night done. Looks like it's Gregory again right now.
Yeah, Gregory is in there along with McGrew. And Shalik Hampton is running in the quarterback position. The snap, they hand it to Gregory. Gregory pushes forward up over the 50-yard line and into Martinsburg territory goes A.J. Gregory. Clock rolls with 6:13 to go in the game.
Gregory, 5 touchdowns on the year. Don't be surprised if he plays a big factor into one of the Quad A playoff games, maybe one of the home games early. I think he's a really talented player that when he gets his number called, he can make plays.
3rd down and 1 for Hurricane. Hampton takes the snap, keeps it himself. Left side, he's got the first down inside the 45 on down to about the 42-yard line. Goes Shalik Hampton.
Shalik Hampton just going one-on-one, taking it himself, looking for any block and trying to make some space himself. Obviously, the offensive line hasn't won a ton of battles, especially the second half.
Chris Lawrence and Aaron Parker with you here this evening. If you're just joining us, Hurricane was leading 17-0 at the end of the first quarter. It was tied at halftime, 17-17, and now Martinsburg with 5:32 to go in the game leads it 44-17. It's been that kind of night for the Redskins. The snap to Hampton. Hampton comes to the left side, turns it up, picks up a couple, and goes down. 5:18 on a winding fourth quarter clock. Coming up tomorrow on 580 WCHS, we'll have Metro News game day coverage of WVU in Cincinnati. They get started at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The kickoff at noon from Nibbert Stadium. We'll be on the air with 9 hours of Mountaineer football coverage for you tomorrow, featuring the entire cast of characters that are on the broadcast. Hampton takes the ball, rolls to the right. Martinsburg got that one figured out. He's going to lose about 4. They know he's probably not going to hand it off, and he's sure not going to throw it.
And his line is still kind of in their same
Yeah.
position. They didn't have a chance to block for him because Hampton's fast, and he said, let me just make my own way, and the offensive line really couldn't keep up.
It's almost become a sandlot game at this point for Hurricane.
A lot of high school football teams in West Virginia have to rely on the Wildcat and go with their best player, their most athletic player. Obviously, Hurricane Martinsburg has the luxury of having more of an offensive style, college-style offense with good passing ability. But Shalik Hampton, if he had to do that, I think he could lead a team to some wins.
Better do it quick. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second on the clock. He didn't get it off in time, but they didn't throw the flag, and he's going to lose about 4 or 5 more yards. And now it's going to be 4th down for the Redskins, and this thing has just collapsed on Hurricane. They really had them where they wanted them, but they let them up. And you can't do that with Martinsburg. You've got to keep the foot on the gas, and that just didn't happen. 4th down and about 14 now for Hurricane. They've got the ball at Martinsburg's 46, 3:34 to go. They look over to the sideline and let the clock wind down.
We always mention this at the beginning of the broadcast. I believe we forgot to do that for our listeners, not those watching. The uniform matchup tonight is black on black for Hurricane with the red helmets. A pretty nice look. Not your favorite because of the identification and the classic black helmets. A white jersey, white pants look for Martinsburg.
I don't have too much of a problem with these black ones because they've got red letters and they're outlined in white. I haven't had any trouble identifying players with those jerseys tonight at all.
Yeah, the white outline's really popping tonight. Excuse me on that. We usually just say that during the coin toss. We negated to do that, and with senior night, they like to pull out those black uniforms.
Actually, I did say it. You just weren't listening.
Really?
Yeah.
I was locked in, Chris. I don't know what to tell you.
That's okay. Nobody else listens to me either, so I'm used to it. So.
Well, when you missed last week, Hurricane pulled a little something out of the bag. They went red on red with black pants. They looked like Bridgeport.
I do like that.
I'd never seen that. I thought it was a pretty sweet
Yeah,
look.
I saw the black pants, but yeah, I'm one of those guys that's not big on all the different uniforms. I'm the get off my lawn guy. You got 2 jerseys, your school color and the white one.
Oh,
and those
boy.
are the only ones you wear.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I was about to say no wonder you're a Tennessee fan, but they have the smoky black alternates.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those either, but they try to sell that smoky gray. I'm not a big fan of that. It should be orange. I like the all orange, actually. So I didn't like the black too much, but I had to admit it was pretty good atmosphere against Kentucky. All right, Hurricanes going to punt it away, trailing 44-17 with 3:15 to go in the game. Kick is in the air. It is high. Nobody down for Martinsburg to cover. It hits at about the 25, rolls down inside the 15, and on down to about the 10-yard line. And that is where Martinsburg will start their drive here in the fourth quarter, leading 44-17 with 3:01 to go in the ball game.
You got to draw on some of the positives if you're Hurricane. Clearly a great start, but wow, going up 17-0 and just little by little in demoralizing fashion, Martinsburg just able to manhandle you. I expected Martinsburg to make a big punch and win by multiple scores, even with the deficit, but I thought they'd get it all kind of in a one-quarter, 4 or 5 series in a row, and it just wasn't like that. Maybe a couple huge plays, something down the sideline for 80, 85 yards. It just didn't happen like that. It was slow, it was methodical, and they're just proving that they're the better team in the four-quarter game.
They do this to just about everybody they play. Every time I have seen them play, it has kind of been like this. They start slow, the team they're playing thinks they got them, and then all of a sudden they don't. The snap, handoff, going up the middle, new player into the game, up over the 30 to the 40, and finally brought down. That's going to be Terrell Cofield with a 40-yard run for Martinsburg. As it looks like Dave Walker has called off the Dogs, literally and figuratively. But that was a pretty good run by Cofield up to midfield, a 40-yard pickup.
Well, when you're Martinsburg, your twos can probably run with most people's ones and probably have a good time with them. A really good run right there on his first touch.
Fagan's night is done. Brian Dick is in there at quarterback. He takes it, hands it off to Cofield again. Cofield hits, spins out of a tackle, and he gets a couple to the Hurricane 48-yard line. For Hurricane, stop made by Dylan Wyden. 2nd down and 8 with 2:22 to go in the ball game. The outcome not in doubt at this point. Martinsburg leading 44-17. Brian Dick takes the snap, hands it off to Cofield. Cofield at the 45 to the 40, makes a man miss to the 35, and on down to about the 31-yard line goes Cofield again. That was Zach Turner on the stop for the Redskins. Clock continuing to wind. It will when they set the chains. Going inside of 2 minutes now. And Martinsburg keeping it on the ground, winding the clock, pulled their starters. Brian Dick, the backup quarterback. The snap, another handoff to Cofield. Left side he goes. He's going to be hit and dropped. A.J. Gregory with the tackle. Helped out on the play by Jason Rappold. Jackson Rappold.
He's got an X in there. And watching Jaden Smith on the sideline in sweats, and then obviously Velatami not operating at 100%. Can those two get healthy before their Quad A playoff start to their run?
Martinsburg this time jet sweep, goes to the left side down to the 20. Ball carrier this time. I'm going to have to go to the roster because he's not on my sheet. Ball carrier that time was Doswell. Is that right? They got all kinds of subs in there now. Dick is the quarterback, and he's got Cofield to his left. 3 receivers out to the right and 1 to the left. Now he's set up 1st and 10. They give it to Cofield again. Cofield cuts it back inside the 15, down to the 10, makes his way to the 5-yard line. And carrying the ball that time for Martinsburg, Terrell Cofield. And he's got it inside the 5. It's 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. 40 seconds to go Hurricanes defense doesn't stiffen. They're going to give up another score here.
And we didn't say his name right a couple plays ago. Vayon Doswell looks like number 35 there.
Okay.
Giving him the credit he's due, I'm sure.
Vayon Doswell.
I believe it was Vayon
My
Doswell.
guess is that's a name that we'll be hearing a lot in the future.
Yeah. Like I said, your twos for Martinsburg,
Yeah.
better than most people's ones.
15 seconds to go. Dick sets him down, takes the snap, and takes a knee. That's classy. Martinsburg takes the knee. And what looked like a promising night starting out for Hurricane turns in to a pretty rough evening. 44-17 is your final score. Martinsburg, the number 1 team in West Virginia, defeats the Hurricane Redskins. We'll be back to talk it over in just a moment and then get you on to Metro News Game Night. You're listening to High School Football on the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
Big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
This is a 1 minute, you said?
Huh?
This is a 1 minute break, you said?
Yeah.
All right.
Big this fall with GoMart.
It's our 21st anniversary here at Dan Cava Toyota World. Check out our all-wheel drive hybrid sedans with interest rates as low as 4.5%. Shop the 3 C's, Camrys, Corollas, and Crowns. We have a large selection of Tundras, starting as low as $49,000 and up to $7,000 off. We want to thank you for being a part of our family for 21 years. Come celebrate with us at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
So Martinsburg wins it tonight 44-17 over Hurricane. Hurricane's regular season comes to an end with a record of 7-3. We'll have to see where that will land them in the postseason. Martinsburg finishes the season undefeated, and they will be the number 1 seed going into the postseason next week when the playoffs get started. Really, the story of this game, Aaron, is the fact that Hurricane jumped out to a quick lead, scoring their first 3 possessions, and we're up 17-0. But then Martinsburg started Martinsburging, and by halftime, the game was tied at 17. And, of course, we just ended this game 44-17, 44 unanswered points for the Bulldogs. That's how they do it.
Yeah, I think out of the gun, Hurricane was great offensively, great defensively, which was really surprising. Able to get off the field with 3 straight 3-and-outs. And Coy Fagan just looked a little out of sorts to start the game. His passing game wasn't great and couldn't get many lanes on the blocks. But then he just took over, found the end zone 3 different times, and just looked like he was a step ahead of everybody. And it wasn't just Coy Fagan. Brian Dick was great throughout the night at the running back position, and the defense came up big the entirety of the second, third, and fourth quarters. 17-0 at one point, and you win the game 44-17, showing how good the Bulldogs really are.
Noah Velatambi was not himself tonight. He was probably at about 70%. That was not known going into the game, but it was certainly evident by halftime. Martinsburg had figured out that he did not have the mobility to run, and then they started playing it just because they knew he wouldn't run. That changed up how they defended it, and they were able to take advantage of that, and that is how Martinsburg came to Hurricane and knocked him down tonight. 7-3 is the record of Hurricane to end the season. Martinsburg ends it 10-0. Aaron? It's been a good regular season, man. We'll get the postseason started next week, okay?
Ready to get going. This has been a good first year for me.
All right. Want to thank Garrett Lester and Zane Townsend and Jason Frame, the staff on the video production site tonight, streaming the video to you. And back at studio control for Radio Hollywood, Jeff Petty. Nice job tonight, Hollywood. For Aaron Parker, I'm Chris Lawrence. Your final score tonight from Hurricane. Martinsburg wins it 44-17 over the Redskins. Let's take you to Metro News Game Night with Fred and Dave.